It's finally happening. We're having a hip hop week on the pod.
Welcome to Blink 155, the internet's most hip hop Blink 182 podcast. Everything about this feels super bad to me right now.
Yep. Oh yeah, there it is.
It's just like, I feel like there's almost nothing that I can do to like joke about like hip hop radio that is not going to sound like it's not just a parody of hip hop radio. And I feel like we've gotten so far into this project without me doing anything too catastrophically stupid.
We're still finding new rock bottoms every week, I think.
No, that's true, but those depths are like purely within our own souls, you know?
Like, I'm surprised, actually. I was not expecting for it to be so close to the end of Blink-182 songs that we would all of a sudden have hip-hop season and that we would all of a sudden discover our own inner talent as rappers. Not just me and you, but like fucking 35 people or something. It's like
we're all on a journey of self-discovery together, and because we're all like totally synced up now, like connected to the pod moon, we have collectively discovered our talent for the art of the rhyme.
I believe in pod magic fully. I think that something happens every week. We do this fucking show. Every week something magical happens in the universe. There's a lot of magic happening right now. I don't want to like. I don't know. I don't even know if we can do small talk because hip hop season is so.
It's all about
prevalent.
big talk.
It's all about the big talk. I'm remixing the song on Watch Together.
I love how on Watch Together, by the way, this video you found of an hour long, just RJM Beats beat. It's just like a close up of a nug of dank kush.
I knew that I didn't think that it was the inside of an aquarium when I was looking at it.
Like, even I recognized the cannabis.
That's a strain called marijuana.
Yeah, oh man, the classic strain.
That's the one you want. Sometimes some people like the strain that's called tobacco. Doesn't really get me high though.
No,
a little bit high. I do get a little bit high from tobacco, to be honest. A bit of a buzz.
Right? Yeah, but it doesn't make movies funnier.
Oh man, I want to sing so bad, but I'm not going to do it because I'm committed to the straight edge lifestyle. But I constantly walking around thinking about cigs, because everyone here is so like you just walk around and there's man. There's always like 30 of the Frenchest people you've ever seen, like smoking long cigarettes and talking in French, and you're like, but I know if I did it, I would just like immediately start hacking up a lung. So
you don't have the same amount of practice, I think, unfortunately, as like the entire Quebecois population. But I feel what
kind of beat tape is this that it just got? There's like a long.
Yeah, it's this 1 hour long remix, and it absolutely just stopped, and now it's a new song.
Skipping ahead. Here we go.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the vibe.
This is like
did they just never
this is like
have...
the Kirkland version of Mobb Deep is what we're listening to right now.
Did they just like never have like some sort of public health education initiative in Quebec to let people know that cigarettes are bad? Because like I recognize people have every right to smoke and enjoy tobacco, but like in Quebec it's just like the 50s never ended.
Like you don't realize that businesses here are open from like noon until 4 p.m. from Tuesday till Friday.
Yeah.
And so when you're napping that much, you can smoke. You'll be fine. It's no problem.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it's just like a different kind of lifestyle, you know?
You just need to chill. As long as you're that chill, your body's like, a little bit of carcinogens is no big deal.
It's not
a problem.
Not a problem at all. Well,
so in case you're for some reason hopping into this week, Hip Hop Week on Blink 155, towards the tail end of hip hop season.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're catching the very end of hip hop season here.
A couple weeks ago, we listened to the Fallen Interlude, Travis Barker's greatest achievement as a man, I think. Mm-hmm. And then just kind of impromptu, in my delirious state in hour 3 of the episode, I suggested that we do a Blink 155 posse cut remix of the song. I think naively I thought, someone will someone else will be willing to do this to set it all up.
Well,
and
because
then
we've had a lot of good fortune in terms of like, you know, think about like Free Punk lyrics. Someone else mastered that whole, like, how, you know, the Hinder compilation.
So again, in your mind, those things were easy for me, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying this is the first time in 167 weeks of doing this podcast that you've actually had to like put in any meaningful effort.
Oh my God. Both of those things almost broke me as a person. And then I decided that I'll make it so that no click track or anything, everyone just raps into their phone and someone will match it up to the beat and loop it perfectly. And that ended up being me.
Yes.
So I've spent all weekend, but it's been so satisfying and worth it. We've got ad libs. There's a poem from someone very special and dear to Sam at the beginning. There is a abstract remix of the song. There's a 2-time Grammy Award winner who sings the hook and also sings one of the covers that were on the Fallen Interlude episode. It's absolutely the most incredible thing I've heard. Like, I thought it was going to be so embarrassing. Even Sarah walking back and forth while I was working on it all weekend, I bet you my neighbors even thought, like, this is way better than it should be.
Yeah, like, they were initially like, is he working on a 20-minute plus posse cut? This can't be. Oh, je t'aime.
Well, my neighbors are Australian, so they probably fucking...
Haven't they adopted an
like
affectation, though? Like, living in my, you know?
A French Australian accent, that's got to be beautiful.
Hold on, let me think. Je t'aime! Just yelled it.
Je t'aime! That's so gross. But anyways, it's 28 minutes long. I feel like if you are...
How would you do that? Fuck.
A French Australian accent. Well, that can be our our next thing, posse improv section.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to need an accent and another accent.
I feel like it's because of the hip hop in the back is making it too confusing. Let's see. What is a French phrase?
Spoken by Australia. Is that what you're trying? Okay. What is a French phrase? Où est la salle de bain?
Okay, I don't know what that means, and I can't really do a French accent. So maybe me just trying to talk in French sounds Australian.
Okay,
but try to say that with the Australian affectation.
Okay.
You go.
Okay. Où est la salle de bain?
That's what my neighbors sound like. So we got a 28-minute posse cut. If you were caught up on the pod, then you knew about it and you contributed and it was sick as hell. And now if you're caught up on the pod, we're going to tell you that we're premiering the 28-minute posse cut on Twitch tonight.
That's right. Oh, wait, hold on. We need like we need a siren here.
Well, you can't play it. I mean, how's that going to work?
Yeah, that's true. I was just going to put it in the watch together. Yeah, thanks. Yes.
I got some. Here we go.
Every time we have a little dalliance with sound effects, it so dramatically improves the pod.
I agree.
I just wish we had like a producer that we could sort of occasionally like very casually refer to, and they get like 1 or 2 sort of asides, but otherwise they're just there to be like, just really.
Can we talk about like how many other podcasts like that I think are way less popular than ours have like producers and shit, or have like scripts?
It's fucking
and like
intense.
plans.
Yeah, plans.
Like what I do is I paste some links into a text edit window, but I never close any of them ever. So it's like I always accidentally open the wrong week because they're all still open on my computer because I don't save them. Also,
right.
So I think right now we're working with, I guess, Untitled. Oh, actually, I'm just in the original Untitled this week. I pasted over whatever was in there before. Oh
no! So if you wanted to go back and find all the videos from the original, is that the Untitled from Dude Ranch, or was that?
No, I'm talking like the default Apple N in text edit. So I've got all the way up to Untitled 21 open on my computer right now.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's the level of production that we've got here on Blink 155.
That's serious shit.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
No. Okay, so I feel like the point is you had how many people sent in verses?
Let me see. I did learn that you can make subfolders in your Gmail, so that helps a little
bit. Very exciting.
I don't know.
You're becoming very tech savvy. It's like you're a senior who went to the library to learn how to use their iPhone.
there's 42 emails, but a couple of them are like, oh, I think I did a better take. Or like, oh, I wasn't sure if you got my last one, so I'm sending it again 6 more times. I think there's around 35 verses on the song.
Oh my God. And like, how good is it?
I'm not joking. It's like fucking sick as hell. I'm not joking.
Now, did you put in like a producer tag or whatever where it's like...
There's hella ad-libs throughout. And they're by one of the nation's favorite people. And I mean, look,
so wait, did you
it's going to be a
the
great
track
time.
And then you sent it to someone?
No, the person who did the ad-libs sent me
just
like
ad-libs.
a file of ad-libs, like 5 minutes, and then I cut it up and paid. Do you want to see? I guess I can't open it right now, but when we stream it, I'll
have to
share a screenshot of the file.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fucked. And like, I'm not very good at looping or whatever, and it gets dicey, but I think I worked it out thanks to some scratching sound effects and stuff. It's sick as hell. I'm not joking. It's like genuinely so good. So I can't wait to...
You were definitely like messaging me pretty like mind blown that it was like extremely long, but also somehow also extremely good.
I don't understand what it is about the pod, but there's like, it's just like an endless pile of make work projects only for me, but they're all satisfying and worth it. And I love it so much. So not only are we debuting it on Twitch tonight, but I got to give a real shout out. I'm going to get the air horn ready to go here. You're not going to hear it, but I'm going to do the air horn. Real shout out to Poli-Sci Alex, because Poli-Sci Alex, I finished it last weekend. Poli-Sci Alex has spent the entire week transcribing the entire thing.
What?
So when we listen on Twitch, we're gonna read along on Genius, so none of us miss a damn thing. So it's all, there's a Genius page. We're gonna be able to add annotations. It's all happening. This is easily the peak of the pod and the worst and best thing we've ever done. So I can't wait. I love hip hop season.
And just to make it clear, in case it hasn't been, we talked about how good it was, and then agreed that I shouldn't hear it until we premiered it. So I contributed. All I've heard is the like incredibly embarrassing sound of my own a cappella voice rapping.
Yeah, you haven't heard any of it.
But I haven't heard anything. I think I've heard the hook. And
Drew and Nate Rouge have heard it. So that's kind of, you can get jealous if you want. But it's because I want to see you freak out on camera.
I'm going to do so much YouTuber face.
And I sent it to Nate because I was a little worried that I had either added too much or not enough reverb to his contribution.
And
so
did you get a lot of notes back or no?
I got a note that I needed more reverb. So then I added way too much reverb, and then I got a note to split the difference. So, I mean, this is what I've been doing. I've been dealing with Grammy winners all weekend.
Now, did you only give the extra attention to Nate's vocals, or did you like
no.
I'm put reverb on everyone's voice?
I put everything on everyone's voice. I think there are maybe some dicey volume situations. There's a few people who like definitely have a better setup than others, but I put work in on this. This is my masterpiece.
Incredible. I truly cannot wait. So 8 p.m.
Tonight. The 18th of September, 8 p.m. Australian Montreal time.
Yeah, we haven't done like a night of the pod Twitch stream, right? That we always did Saturdays, and then we did this sort of back to school one. So this is like, I feel like we're gonna have a lot of great energy coming into this.
It's so exciting.
The crest of hip hop season is tonight.
I noticed when you go on Twitch, and you go to our page, a lot of places you type in where you're going, and then the link ends up being quite a bit longer. But on Twitch, it is just a pretty little URL. But put a G in a G in the chat to make it say girl, I guess, is what we'll do. I don't know.
There's also great timing there with the backing track where it's like pretty little, and I was like boom, 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 boom. There's like a nice little drum fill.
Yeah, I think that's enough of the backing track. It's really throwing me off. It's
I love
me
it.
Feel like a VJ,
it lets me
which is why you must love it.
Yeah, it lets me just sort of sit in because otherwise I have such a sick compulsion to fill all silences, like in pod and social.
Sam, you are an angel of the silences, in my opinion.
That's good. That was my impression of the Angels themselves. So Josiah, how do you feel about the song Pretty Little Girl? Girls or girl?
Pretty Little Girl. Such a disgustingly creepy title. It feels pretty bad to say it out loud. It feels really bad to scroll to the bottom of YouTube and find. Sometimes it felt a little creepy to be finding just little girls uploading. Felt quite creepy to find like a compilation of pretty little girls, and it was like pageant girls, and it was like 10 minutes long. And I'm like, I hope that another little girl made this, and not like a man. You know?
Right? Yeah. Did it make you feel as bad as watching Cuties on Netflix? Did it give you the same sort of irate?
There's definitely, I think that's one of many ways that this episode plugs into the zeitgeist. It's Cuties time right now. It's hip hop week. It's hip hop season coming to an end. I think this is what I wanted to tell you about before the show started, but I didn't want to start talking about Blink in the intro too much. But I mean, we're talking about like a really, really bad Tom song. That's what I think of it. I think it's really bad personally. I don't know what you think.
I'll go ahead and just jump in here since you've asked me to and say it's bad, but
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll get into the butt in a second. But I think it's pretty bad, and I also probably have a butt too, because how else would I go to the bathroom? But Maddie Rendell has just revealed that Tom DeLonge now has a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
And that is just horrible.
Wow. Is he 17? It's so sick.
It's like, but of all the, it's like a pagement font that says illuminated down the side with like, I feel like that angel wing looks too much like an actual wing. Like it has like cartilage in it. It makes me think of like a nasty looking bird in a park.
Or like roadkill that you'd feel really bad about, like where sometimes like you fully can't distinguish like the features of an animal, and sometimes it's just like that would be the wing sort of sticking up, and you're like, oh, that's sad.
Exactly.
But it's definitely there's something like there's a posthumous wing for sure.
We're talking about Pretty Little Girl this weekend. He got a nasty little bird on his.
So that's
happening. But then there's a couple of things that happened today. I guess there's only really one other thing that happened today, but I guess there's two things I want to show you from Travis's Instagram story today. The first one is that just today, literally after. And as you see in the episode title, he's not on the show, but after literally years of trying, Yelawolf is not coming on Blink 155. I think he just knows that. And also, like, the other thing that happened was, like, through somebody I know in the biz, I did come close to getting another, like, sort of hip-hop kind of person who immediately just backed out when they... And it sounds like this person is really funny and, like, down, but then as soon as they found out that it would be, like... trash talking Travis Barker, they're like, I can't do. Like, Travis is so powerful. People are afraid to joke around about Travis Barker.
It's pretty intense. Yeah, like we've had
which makes me wonder, like, should we have been more scared? Is something going to happen to us?
I think, yeah, we should always, like, get someone else to start your car every day, you know?
So this happened today. Travis was literally with Yelawolf today.
Today? No. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's fucked, man.
Isn't that weird? Pod magic.
Wow.
And then the other thing I need to just show you from his gram, this is more just kind of for fun, although my computer seems to be crashing. I think I have too many text edit windows open.
Those things do hog a lot of RAM for sure.
They do. This hogs a lot of RAM. This is the other thing Travis put on his story today. I think everyone in the nation knows about this already because I told them to go take a look.
Wow.
It's just and it's been up there all day.
It looks like a snake pit tattoo.
It does. I guess it's flash art.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it looks like something that I'd see. Wow, did he draw it?
There's a Scott Campbell, I guess, is the artist. It says in the corner. So this is just
it's not even like it's good.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew the exact. I mean, what part of the vagina?
I was like, you could say. I mean, that's the labia.
Okay.
Right.
I think so. I mean, I can see the clitoris, and it kind of looks like an old lady wearing a hood or something.
Yeah.
But also the area around the vaginal lips looks kind of more like a butthole.
It looks like the vagina is in a really long, shallow butt.
So he's posted on a story, and it has not been deleted all day. So maybe Instagram is more progressive than we realize. But it's like a drawing of a vagina smoking a cigarette. Right. And I think this really does speak to like kind of the shady aftermath. Which sounds more like I'm using adjectives. But
I know. I was like, the shady aftermath of what exactly?
Of pop culture, I guess, where we're stuck right now is in the shady we're past 155. We're now stuck in the shady aftermath, which is just we have to talk about this like nasty fake U2 killer song with the most ill-placed Yelawolf verse, and Yelawolf himself is like someone who I feel like is ill-placed in pop culture as well.
Well, where is he placed?
To me, Yelawolf is like chain punk Kid Rock.
I mean, that seems generous.
Yeah, maybe.
I truly have no sense of Yelawolf's sort of place in pop culture or in hip-hop. Like, I don't know who he exists for.
I remember a time when Yelawolf was like, along with Big Crit, they were like the two rappers that everyone liked on Pitchfork for like 6 months. That's how old I am. I remember when those two people were like kind of a mini Pitchfork thing for a brief amount of time.
The idea of anything being... I'm just looking at his associated acts on Wikipedia, which is, just like such a real lazy version of trying to find context clues. The associated acts: Bubba Sparks, respect; DJ Paul, DJ Clever, Ed Sheeran, Eminem, Kid Rock...
There you go.
Travis Barker, yeah.
Someone named Wool Power. I think it's supposed to be Willpower.
Ritz, who I'm not familiar with, but was evidently signed to Tech Nine's label, so that's sick.
Yeah, he's probably like really good at rapping.
Wallpaper.
That's why.
What was the fucking Toilet Man last time? The Bunmaster? Is that who it was?
Somebody found that Toilet Guy did on his Instagram when that came out, like make reference to him sitting on the toilet. But I still think it was a sincere shit song. I don't know. That was then and there. We're talking about Yelawolf.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Different kind of toilet man.
Oh, yeah. The Bunmaster Yelawolf.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I remember there was a time when my friends who were like, do you have anyone in your life who still like listens to all new music and like knows about all the best new music stuff and like knows about it?
And it's like, it makes me feel, dumb and old, but yeah, for sure. Like that's, like my friend Aaron Zorgel, who works for Apple, like he's a music programmer. So like his entire job is like being aware of shit that is happening. I don't know how I have no idea how he does it. And it makes me fucking tired.
I just think like, damn, wait, they're still putting out new stuff all the time?
There's
every week there's all that new stuff coming out.
Yeah. Can you believe that I'm trying to think if I ever even had like a Yelawolf. Like that, I feel like I downloaded a Yelawolf album, like I was maybe going to listen to it. Maybe it was this love story. None of this looks familiar to me at all.
No, I swear, I think it was the Trunk Music mixtape was the one that was like, that looks kind of familiar. I think that has Joel Santana and Bun B on it, Raekwon. I'm sure like 2010, I probably was like, oh yeah. Yelawolf. It's 2010.
Yeah.
There's no pandemic. I'm going to listen to the Southern rap music, but a new version.
I'm into this. It's got Gucci Mane on it. This is great. I haven't decided that I don't like Bubba Sparks or had an opportunity to decide that I actually was wrong and I do like Bubba Sparks.
Right. Life was so simple back then.
The critical reevaluation of Bubba Sparks is whiplash, man. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I think the Trunk Music thing is what I heard 10 years ago. And I think, like... a B on AV Club. That's huge.
Oh, wow. What I wouldn't give.
From All Music. I mean, All Music. Like I do think that maybe very early on in someone's career, they try to see how it works with indie cred first. And then they just copy that and copy and paste it onto the normies after. But it didn't. I don't think it worked in Yelawolf's case. I think he would have been better off to continue being some inexplicably popular, basically a juggalo, but for indie people with a little bit of Kid Rock thrown in.
Yeah.
Is that what he is? Like, is that...
Maybe. I'm so distracted.
Are we going to get killed also?
I think we got to be...
episode?
Dude, like, people warned us, and you're just blazing right
Someone
ahead.
with, like, a bejeweled Famous Stars and Straps logo on their Glock is going to shoot me in the head.
Yeah, for sure.
But as long as it's after we drop the posse cut, it's fine.
Right. Just wait until after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight. And then it is open. It's like the purge. Like after that, all crime on Josiah is legal. I'm super distracted by his personal life tab because I had no idea that Yelawolf is married to Fifi Dobson. And that makes a lot of sense because when I asked this
what?
Yeah, when I asked this week's guest if they would do the pod, and I sort of couched it in like, okay, so I need someone to like really talk about if Yelawolf, like if this is actually like a good or bad rap verse. And they were like, I love Yella. And I was like, okay. That's unexpected. And then they were like, I also love Fifi Dobson. And I was like, why
like,
the fuck?
okay.
And I was like, yeah, everyone loves Fifi Dobson. Why are we talking about this? Like, fully just thought that they were just like free associating artists that they loved. But that means that this week's
Fifi
guest...
Dobson is married to Yelawolf? That is insane.
Fifi Dobson from Scarborough, Ontario is married to Yelawolf. That is...
Do Americans know about Fifi?
Or
do they just know her as Mrs.
They know
Wolf?
Yelawolf's wife, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bye Bye Boy. Okay, let's check it out. So Bye Bye Boyfriend, which is to me the quintessential Fifi Dobson
Me too.
song.
And I think maybe it's about maybe it's just about saying bye bye boyfriend and hello, my hubby, Yelawolf.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the transition. Oh shit! And you know who fucking wrote Bye Bye Boyfriend? Obviously Fifi Dobson, as well as the two guys from Prozac. This is like no wonder.
Okay, this is going to be a 6-hour episode.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So, and also, I don't think Americans would know about Bye Bye Boyfriend because unfortunately it peaked at number 8 on the Canadian singles chart. I mean, it was nominated for a Casby Award.
What even is that?
The Casbys are or were the awards run by The Edge, like the radio station in Toronto, CFNY. Bye Boyfriend.
Oh yeah, there's like a proto Fall Out Boy haunted house noise at this part. Oh, it was only the first time. It's like, ah! There it is.
Oh yeah.
The drummer looks really familiar.
I mean, these guys were probably all in like pop punk bands.
Yeah, they're probably from Not By Choice or something.
This is just Not By Choice. But yeah, Fifi. What?
Wow.
Okay, if you're
That's
American, let us know if
huge.
if Fifi was.
I take back all the jokes I made about Yelawolf. If you're good enough for Fifi, you're good enough for me. Buddy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's just such an interesting one. Like that's a real.
How did they meet even?
Huh. Let's see if that's maybe.
I feel like maybe Yelawolf is the American Kazar.
Oh.
That's why Fifi Dobson is sort of this familiarity.
Right, yeah, this is Kazar. Wait, was Kazar Canadian?
I think so. Am I thinking of yeah. Oh yeah, he was. Look up Kazar and tell me that's not the Canadian Yelawolf.
Yeah, this is Canadian. What was the Kazar hit? By the way, Kazar now goes by M Rivers.
Oh yeah.
What was the Kazar hit? Pedal to the metal? Oh yeah, put that shit on. This is what the producer would do, but instead it's just you.
This episode is gonna. If you listen to this episode when it comes out, it'll be done just in time for the Twitch stream.
Exactly.
We're fucked.
Fucking Canada rocks. Yelawolf knows. This is the most patriotic I've ever felt doing the pod. Between trying to ask where the bathroom is in an Australian accent in French.
He looks so much like John Heder.
You know who he looks like? He looks like, oh my god, Jake Busey.
Yeah,
He looks exactly like Jake Busey.
So let's see if Kazar and Fifi Dobson ever crossed paths.
Yeah, we should check that out. They must have done a track together. They were both sort of being foisted on us by the industry at the same time.
Not only what you just said but I'm on a website called grungecake.com. I'm seeing Fifi Dobson and Yelawolf's wedding photos.
Oh!
Not only that, they've been together since 2011. They were engaged in 2013, but then they broke up. 4 years later, and grungecake.com has misspelled the word for. It says FOR years later, 2017. They got back together.
Aw.
And then they got married.
That's great. I'm so happy for them. You know, sometimes it takes you a while. Sorry, also, it's important to point out that in this music video, Kazar just outraced 2 drag cars. I don't know to do what.
Now that I know that Yelawolf is the Canadian or the American Kazar, I feel like we can just end the episode.
Yeah, this is the important revelation. We're always looking for it. We don't always get there, but it took us actually record time. Half an hour and we're good.
Let me just bump up this vagina smoking a cigarette and show you Yelawolf and Fifi Dobson's wedding photos.
Let me take a look.
They're a very cute couple.
Oh.
They're so cute.
This is so cute. I'm so happy for them. You know what's
Also,
great is
I feel like
I'm going to talk a lot about Fifi Dobson with our guest. This is going to be like instead of Yelawolf, way more Fifi pod.
I am so excited by everything that has just happened. I'm ready, even though I'm going to get killed by a guy who usually does inventory at the Famous Stars warehouse, wherever it is now, in Cleveland or whatever. They just specifically serve Ross Dress for Less and winners with Famous Stars overstock. And that guy's job is going to be to drive to Montreal and shoot me in the head for disrespecting this great dynasty. It's all been worth it to see Yelawolf and Fifi Dobson's wedding photos. So
you know, this is actually a really good reason to maintain the shutdown border crossing between America and Canada, because I do think, even though you have obviously made egregious offensive statements about Lord of Hip Hop Travis Barker for the last 3 years of your life, culminating with this episode, and your Yelawolf slander, I don't know that the stock boy from the Famous warehouse is going to be able to get over the border by insisting that they are an essential worker who has to come and kill you unless the border guard is down.
Yeah, if the border guards heard the pod, it's a 50-50 chance.
Exactly, yeah.
I will say, though, Yelawolf does look really cool. I feel like mostly what it is I just really don't like country rap music. I just have never been able to wrap my head around it, other than when Florida Georgia Line uses trap beats, although maybe that's more like rap country rather than country rap, or vice versa. I don't know. But just something about the idea of putting slide guitar and bluegrass into trap has never worked for me for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I as hardly a connoisseur, I definitely remember, honestly, when there was I feel like someone wrote a big, when all the Florida Georgia Line stuff really started to happen, there was some pretty good article about Bubba Sparxxx and about Deliverance as this album that was so ahead of its time, and no one got it, and his career kind of floundered, but now that's how popular music kind of sounds, or at least for a minute there, especially when it really took over country. And, and that was definitely, there was a time where I for sure downloaded that record and was at a time in my life where if I was told by the right people something was good, I was just fully going to try to like it. I think subconsciously, right? But you're oh, Deliverance was an underrated record at the time. I appreciate hip hop. I'm going to get into this. And you're I don't fucking care. I'm not enough of a completist,
Yeah, it's too much work. But I will say, despite not really liking the genre, I'm looking at his Instagram now. He dresses he looks cool.
Well, that's the wedding photos.
He wears his tattoos
awesome.
well.
Yeah.
He's really, really good at wearing a pilgrim hat that's not quite a cowboy hat. He's one of the few guys who really nails that look.
He doesn't look like he's trying. Oh, that guy's fucking cool as shit. Those wedding photos, it's just, they're tattoos up to your eyeballs, and then just a big old-fashioned Grand Ole Opry ass suit. Looks fucking great.
Yeah, and the man loves cigs too. I'll give him that. So
now here's a question: has he ever tried to use his vagina to smoke one?
Well, maybe that's why Travis posted both things on his story on the same day.
Oh, they're connected, eh? That is interesting.
I wonder. I mean, I'm sure that's a pretty easy thing to find, but I am curious about if anyone listening has ever tried doing that with their vagina. I did know a guy.
That's like a thing, right? I feel like I saw that at a sex show in Amsterdam.
Really?
Smoked out of his fucking urethra?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure I've seen. I think I've seen.
You've done it? You've done that?
No, I've not smoked out of my urethra.
You just jeweled.
Yeah, exactly. Vagina. Yeah, I don't know. Just vagina smoking on YouTube. Who knows? But I think that's like.
It's probably a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, in this situation, I was not like fully cognizant and making new memories, but.
I guess though, like the thing is, Yelawolf being on a Blink song still does make sense, and like Travis obviously basically just is Yelawolf. And I apologize to you both for any jokes that I may or not have made. Sometimes people do edit my words together to sound different.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of franken-biting happening on this pod by our sinister producers.
Yeah. So, but I just think this doesn't sound like when I thought Yelawolf was going to be on a Blink song, I did not expect it to sound like this in any way. Like it doesn't sound anything like Travis's big moment to get a rapper on.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's sort of disappointing because I found listening to this song, which like I think you and I kind of talked on chat, like I don't remember it. Like it's almost like I just stopped listening to this EP before I got to the song, and then it just ceased to exist for me. But it's like not bad, and I just keep thinking about what we talked about last week with all of this. I'll have this, which is, you know, this idea of like, especially with where we're at now, being like so conscious of kind of like mourning like a more interesting future for this band that we never really got to experience. And like, you know, on one hand, that could be, you know, self entitled. But on the other hand, that could be the Dogs Eating Dogs EP, which is like very, very mixed. And this is like the highly mixed version of that. But it's like not like the song is actually super bad. It's just like kind of middling. And then when Yelawolf starts in, it's like he's rapping in an accent. Like he sounds English. Like when it started, I kind of thought Yelawolf was like a Southern rapper. That was his whole thing. But he comes in and he's like, "Hello there, governor, I'm here to say I'm Yelawolf on the Blink track." It's a fucking bizarre.
I have a feeling, I bet you anything that there's like tons of Yelawolf fans in the UK. Seems like the kind of place where he'd be huge.
Yeah, I'll try to pull the streaming numbers from work or whatever.
Like, what's that guy that's like, the other guy from Alexis on Fire replaced him singing in his band, but there's that other like tattoo guy who's like...
Oh, Gallows, like Frank Carter?
Yeah, that guy's basically Yelawolf.
True. Yeah, absolutely. They should have swapped places.
But not only that, like Travis goes full marching band mode, and then it's like it reminds me of just kind of every new Eminem song that has like someone named Skylar singing on it.
Yeah,
most of it. And then then it's just like one rap part in the middle with like.
It's also just like it sounds like English Eminem to me. Like the flow is so Eminem-y, and I feel like that's lazy, and we've talked about this a lot. And again, this is like 100% also just betraying my like very surface level knowledge of hip hop, and so like I don't want to pretend, but it's like not good or interesting, and it feels like such a missed opportunity given that like by this point in Travis's career, I feel like he must have been like down with more interesting rappers than Yelawolf. But is Yelawolf just like his dude?
But again, it's like not even like I honestly think that Yelawolf, it's not his fault that the song is like this. Like I feel like he probably could have killed it on a different song. I'm just trying to save my own life now.
Yeah, like what is this coming from? Like, are you getting DM'd right now?
It's really good.
Is someone at your apartment right now?
My phone. I think Yelawolf's at my apartment.
Oh no. Well, I mean, we have been emailing him for 3 years.
Exactly.
It's not like he doesn't. Someone in his camp knows we exist.
It's so funny to just think about certain people that I've been emailing for 3 years, including the poor lady that checks the To the Stars inbox or whatever. It's like so dumb.
But like, imagine if we had got Yelawolf for this. Would we? Because this was the same as when we got. Fuck. I always feel so rude because she was so wonderful at the time. The woman who wrote Bottom of the Ocean. And I still think back on like just feeling very uneasy.
Ariel, the Little Mermaid was her name.
Yes.
Simon Wilcock.
Thank you. Yeah. Like, so wonderful, so giving with her time. And it came, like, her guest interview comes at the end of 90 minutes of us, like, just taking a shit on a song she wrote. And so, like, in the case of Yelawolf, like, what would we have done? How would we be hedging right now if we knew that this was all leading up? The potentially Yelawolf fans were actively hearing this as their first episode, and then this was leading up to Yelawolf being like, "Hey, sorry, like I'm a couple minutes late. I was just, playing some Switch with Fifi."
Fifi.
We'd be so fucking charmed.
We're working on our Animal Crossing island together. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm trying to say I don't fully understand Yelawolf, and I never really have. But I don't think that he's the problem with the song. I think it's just like such a weird fucking idea. Because I think this is Tom kind of, even though I don't fully hate it, and I kind of agree, I still think this is Tom at his worst. Like, it sounds like the worst, most skippable Angels and Airwaves songs. And he's like singing in the dumbest Tom DeLonge voice, and he sounds stupid as hell. And like, Tom has just really tumbled in my personal stock that I take in my heart. He's really fucked it up by not emailing me back. But I do think this is like him at his worst, and I'm just calling it as I see it. I mean, Tom had got a neck tattoo, and Travis posted a vagina smoking a cigarette today. That's where we're at culturally right now. And this song reflects those two things, those polarities.
The song is, despite the tattoo, not very illuminated.
It's true.
It's just not there. Here's the thing. I think the verses like show promise, which is like the stupidest fucking thing to say, but like it feels like it could be leading to something, and then it gets to the chorus, and I couldn't even sing you the chorus because it just like goes nowhere. And yeah, like this song sounds like the reason why I don't listen to Angels and Airwaves. It's just like very middling.
Yeah,
and then there's rap.
And then there's rap, which like I don't think it. I mean, let's go through the lyrics. I don't think the rap is the worst part. I think it's just they put a rap verse in the wrong song. Maybe.
Yeah,
but then again, this song is like a fan favorite, it turns out. And there's tons of edits of it without the rap in it. Because as we've learned in recent years, Blink-182 fans, some of them still fucking hate rap. They think rap is crap.
Well, it turns out in this case, maybe they have a point.
I was really having a lot of fun yesterday doing kind of opening monologue style jokes about Cardi B and Offset's divorce. Maybe just as a way of grieving, because I do feel bad for any marriage that doesn't work out. Of course I feel bad, but I was having a lot of fun doing those kind of jokes on Twitter, and I did not get very much attention for them.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to log on and like give you some likes while you kind of talk for the next little bit, maybe?
I'm just going to show you what I think is the best one.
Okay.
I was actually chuckling about it all day.
No one chuckled.
Some people did. Sarah got really mad at me when I told her this.
Can you, as opposed to sending it to me, can you deliver it? I'm not going to click the link. Can you deliver it to me, like in the style of a late night monologue?
Sure.
Like your
Well,
Mike
then
Bullard.
let me build up to it, because there's a few. I think I've got some good beats.
Okay.
That I should have threaded them. Really, I think
that's the problem.
Okay. I'm going to skip that one. It's more of a visual joke about WAP. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, should I get some?
Oh yeah, you just put some light
music,
light jazz in the background.
Okay, light.
No, but monologues don't have music in the background. I think you just got to like do this one without a net.
Really? Okay.
I think you're relying too much on the music.
That's true. I'm scared. I feel like I'm doing stand up for the first time right now. I'm scared.
But if the jokes are bad, you can do it like a drum hit. So maybe I'll cue that up.
Okay, you ready? I'm ready to fly with these. Like, you better be fucking.
Okay, hold on.
You better not hit play on Kazzer on me here, because no one wants to hear Kazzer when they bomb on a joke. You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's really what do you call that? Drum hit, joke,
snare roll.
Okay,
this is a good episode.
Yeah, no, this is a really good episode. I wish there were more Yelawolf.
This one is worth getting shot over.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Okay,
wait. Is the snare hit if it's bad or good or both?
Well, I think usually, like I'm thinking of like on Leno, like you'd always.
These are definitely Leno caliber jokes.
That's what I'm thinking. And on Leno, you would get like Eubanks only got in the mix when the jokes were bad.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say, Sam. I'm not sure if you've kept up with the music industry news this week, but Cardi B, famous rapper Cardi B, her longtime husband and father of her child, Offset, have decided they're finally going to throw in the towel and get a divorce. And And I've just got word that instead of a custody battle, the two of them are going to have a hip-hop style rap battle.
It wasn't even worth it. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, let me keep going here because, a lot of couples, they go to marriage counseling whether or not they face, sometimes that's the basis of their marriage, or if they're facing rocky times, they go to marriage counseling. And, the marriage counselor had said to them, they hope that you can continue to make beautiful music together. But unfortunately, in their case, that won't be possible due to they are rappers. And finally, Sam, if I may. Actually, I got two left. I just found out I was talking to an insider with knowledge of the situation. It turns out the reason Cardi B and Offset ended their marriage was that they were having an East Coast, West Coast beef of sorts. Although the division was about who got which side of the bed.
And you didn't get a lot of interaction on these jokes?
This is the last one, okay? This is the one that I think actually is really good.
Okay.
So unlike most couples, Sam, when Cardi B and Offset announced their divorce, keep in mind these two are rappers, okay? Just don't forget that. They're both rappers. When Cardi B and Offset announced their divorce...
I feel like explaining the joke is more of a Letterman thing. Like where I'd be like, they're rappers, right? Rappers? that's my fault.
That's true.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do it as...
I just don't want you to forget that they're rappers, because otherwise
I'll do this last one as Paul.
Okay. So Cardi B and Offset, Sam.
Love Cardi B.
They've ended their marriage. Two rappers have ended their marriage. And when they announced their divorce, it was the first time in their home that there wasn't a record scratch.
Oh. That's in my mind. That's Paul.
I love Rap Week. It's so good.
Here's the problem, man. I don't think Rap Week loves you back. I'm sorry to say.
Those jokes were good.
They were great.
I'm ready to die because those jokes were so good. Yella, take me.
Now that your jokes have been heard, this is the widest possible audience.
That's all I want.
Yella, take me.
But where were we?
I don't know. We were going to talk about the lyrics, and then you decided you had Twitter jokes that hadn't gotten enough play.
Yeah, I just thought, I may as well. I've got everyone held hostage here because you all insist on listening to this for some reason.
It's true. There's not a lot anyone can do. You're in control.
This actually, the genius on here is very vague. Like usually there's like someone from the band is like, oh yeah, this song was because I love pretty little girls, or whatever. But there's no quote.
I'd hate saying it. It truly sucks to say.
The title is horrifying. We'll talk about that more in a sec, maybe, because I think I might know why it's called that. But it says there doesn't seem to be any info on when the songs were written, but they were recorded separately. Tom's part in San Diego, Mark and Travis in L.A. In October and November 2012. That's so interesting.
Wow. Thanks, geniuses.
So Tom sings, 19, your eyes are glowing to my beating heart. Don't know what that means. Oh, it seems like it is fine as my hand is moving up your arm. It's getting really sketchy already.
Everyone knows the classic way to seduce, is like acting like your hand is a spider, just creepy crawling up the arm. Everyone knows the sort of...
That's first base, and second base is doing this little piggy went to market.
Oh, too intimate, man.
And you never really know where it goes up until it starts. Is that about the arm? Yeah. Oh my God, this next line makes me want to die just reading it. I got my eye on you. What you gonna do? Daydream.
That sounds the most like a 50s song about fucking a teenager, right? Like, got my eye on you. What you gonna do? I'ma follow you home and make you touch my dick. Like, it's fucking bad.
And then he says, apparently, daydream near a stream with the linear bites. Oh, I listened to the song on repeat from the other night, and I can't picture you, but I sure got the feeling right. What a crazy world, pretty little girl.
Oh, I mean, it's especially bad with you reading it in that voice. What the fuck are linear bites? I mean, it's obviously an attempt to rhyme like night and right, but like what?
Two of the most easy things to rhyme with ever.
Daydream near a stream. That's my skin's crawling.
It's like he's a Willy Wonka of teen predation, it seems like. And the pre-chorus, and we wake from the night in a bed with a bruise, and we're laughing out loud over the craziest news. And you reached for my hand, I was scared in your room. We fell on the floor and we started to move, and your hands were like birds as they flew from the coop. Up my back they would climb just as I came unglued. This is like a nursery rhyme about nutting in a teen's room. Hopefully he's also a teen in this song. Maybe it's probably not actually like Tom present day talking about this.
No, this is a fond remembrance of sex with
I feel
a
like the
19-year-old.
only possible way it would be okay to say pretty little girl is if you're like someone's grandpa or great grandpa and you're commenting on like their prom photo or something, or like maybe like not even that, maybe like some sort of figure skating scenario.
I feel like no matter what the most saintly old man, if it was, what a pretty little girl, you'd be like, that guy's a sex pest. Like it's not a normal thing to say.
It's true.
Like it doesn't matter how cute the figure skating outfit is in this scenario that you're describing.
Especially when it says your hands were like birds as they flew from the coop. Up my back they would climb just as I came unglued. And the chorus, she said, if you break my heart, then I'll change your mind, and I'll do it again. If you play the part, then I will play mine, and I'll do it again. If we miss the mark, if we hold on tight, we'll be there to try again. So it's some sort of teen riddle, which I think this whole song is kind of a erotic teen riddle, maybe. There's so many fucking words,
Yeah, like how is this song so verbose?
It's so long.
There's too much fucking song here.
So they think it's about Tom's wife Jennifer, because they met when they were friends in high school. They started dating in '96. So maybe that's why he wrote this about his teen wife.
He wrote that, but it's just the idea of
his
being
teen
like
ex-wife.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just feels weird. We've actually talked about Ben Folds last week, right? But there's that Ben Folds song that's like sort of weird, but like I think kind of nails it about like imagining being an old man born at a different time than his wife, and like seeing his wife as a kid and like wondering if he'd like know that they were supposed to be married. And it's like out of context quite, but it sort of works in the song. It's like just like kind of strange, but maybe I say that because I'm a guy and I'm like, it's fine to sexualize children.
Well, it's kind of like the way, like I would never, like even some of our friends who listen to the show, we were talking to them and we're like, oh, do you guys talk to your cat in a funny voice? And they like told us how the funny way they talk to their cat. And then they're like, what about you? And Sarah and I looked at each other and we're like, we will never tell anyone how we talk to our cat because it's so disgusting and mortifying that no one can ever know the voices we do.
Right.
And I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, if you want to call your wife pretty little girl, go for it, bro.
Yeah.
But like, first of all, probably don't put it in the song. Definitely don't name the song Pretty Little Girl featuring Yelawolf. I feel like it's just...
It's a bad combination of words for sure. But like, and again, I get the idea of being like, oh man, like you were reminiscing with your wife, you know. Oh, so great. Like, you remember the first time we fucked when we were doing this crazy? I didn't know we were doing this crazy. But then to be like, I'm going to write a song about just like coming unglued as like creep up your arm. Itsy bitsy style.
It was like a nursery rhyme when I fucked my teenage wife. 19 as we roll across the bedroom floor. Your eyes, they cannot lie as you're dreaming of our future home. And the kids are growing up as you and I, we are growing old. What a crazy world, pretty little girl. You know what? That verse is pretty cute, actually.
That's actually a way to do it. Fuck. The Genius annotation has a photo of his wife and his kids, and it's actually quite sweet.
It's cute. That's a pretty good line.
But see, that feels like the way to do this, to be like, damn, like, you know, we used to talk about this. We made it. You know, nobody makes it. Everybody thinks they're going to get married to whoever they're dating at 19. Some people actually do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't work out. Maybe most of the time.
The photo that you were just talking about is it's watermarked Celebrity Baby Blog.
Oh, my favorite website.
Cool website. That's my homepage, actually, when I open a new browser.
Oh, I always want to stay up to
I actually
date.
think the lyrics are getting better as the song goes on. In the rain with the drink from the back of the bar, I would raise up my voice, you would raise it up more.
That's
We'd
nice.
forget that our lives being apart, it is hard. We thought we were close, but it still feels far. Can we learn to get by if we learn to have scars? If we learn to forgive and accept who we are?
That's
It's still
good.
like a really bad poem, but it kind of feels like a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Well,
it's like
working a
it's getting
song.
more romantic.
Yeah, if this song started with verse 2 and it was just these things, I'd be like, oh man, it's about like that. And then, you know, almost like with the drink at the back of the bar, it's like you're partying, maybe you're on tour, you're
It's like a movie.
Yeah, like the way that the ebb and flow of especially like those young tempestuous relationships.
Exactly. Instead of like the itsy bitsy little spider.
It's not right, man.
And then it does the chorus again, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, and I think the way he comes in, now that I know about rapping, now that I think I only really did half a verse, to be honest. A lot of people contributing much longer things, but
Who has the longest verse?
I feel like it's maybe you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I
No,
know it's
maybe
gonna
not.
be me.
There's a few verbose people,
Okay.
and it's fine. I mean, it's great. All I'm saying is the way that Yelawolf comes in, I'm like, this seems like it's his first time doing a guest spot in a rap in
Totally.
another song. To be like, wait a minute, hold up a second. He's like, now there's
I'm
a
about
rapper
to
here.
rap, you know? Like it's literally like what you hear is not a test. It's really it's like rap is new to people. I'm rapping on a Blink song. This is not.
What you hear is not a test. Tom DeLonge's wife has a teenager breast.
That was
But
too
it's
much,
also
man. You
one of
can't
those
talk about her
things where-
body like that.
Where I always feel like rap verses, especially guest verses, like don't have anything to do with the actual song. Does this one? Maybe it does.
I don't know. Do we
Let's
have
see.
to read it? Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. You read it. You be Yelawolf to my creepy Tom DeLonge.
Okay. Should I read this in an Australian accent, like I'm living in
Can you
Montreal?
do a French Australian?
Okay. So I'm a French person now using Australian words?
Just read it normal, I
Nick.
think. We're already up to an hour of this episode, and we got a long way to go.
Wait a minute. Hold up a second. Don't leave me here with this feeling like I'm the one full of regret. Like I never did good for both of us. Like you never did pull out that weapon and stick that knife in my back, and I was supposed to accept it when your words are like more than just sticks and stones, kind of like a bullet, a hollow tip that's lodged in my bones, and I just can't swallow it. My pride is more than all that I own, so I gotta give it away, and some of the times I'm all the wrong way. But can't you see past me and see my fucked up home that made me the meanest? The devil is just singing along to the song I write till I'm alone at night, and I hang up the phone and bite my tongue, 'cause I know that me and you is just only right. But one.
There's one more.
Oh, and then we get pre-chorus.
No, he said
one,
one as well.
one. Sorry.
One.
One.
You know, I just consulted. I still have the tab open because, as I've said, I don't ever close anything.
Yeah. You
I
got to be
just
ready to go at any time.
Just consulted Grunge Cake again, and I can confirm that he was still with Fifi Dobson when he wrote this verse.
Oh.
So I don't know how autobiographical this is, but he could be talking about sort of his relationship ups and downs with one Fifi Dobson.
Or is he inhabiting the Tom character?
Or is he inhabiting the Tom character? Is he talking about teen Jennifer?
Yeah,
I don't know.
is he imagining what
He's
it would be
talking
like
about
to have sex with Tom's teenage wife in this verse. I don't think I realized how bad this episode was going to be.
I don't think I did.
No, I'm troubled.
Yelawolf, some other things that are cool about Yelawolf.
Couple
Recently-
other cool Yelawolf facts.
Recently appeared in Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, I got to watch that still. You
Good
loved it,
movie.
right?
Yeah, it's great. And he also recently appeared on Korn's new cover of The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh. Is that
I gotta
good?
say, I liked the Nickelback one better. They came out within a couple weeks of each other. So, I don't know. It was good, but it was not as good as the Nickelback one.
Yeah, it's so funny reading like actual rap because you realize like it's actually hard, like because it's not just like da 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 da. You know, it's like I don't actually know everything. And you're like, oh, Yelawolf has
He's got
bars and flow.
flow. He does have bars.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of, he's got a past as well.
Oh, does he?
You read this and you're like, damn, this man has seen some things.
I thought you said he had a pass. And I was like,
He has
you're
a-
the one giving it a pass? Like, I thought maybe you had read
Yes,
something. I was like, oh, okay. Yelawolf
yeah.
and John Mayer? Like, what the fuck?
No, he has a past. I can tell from his fucked up home he's talking about.
He's
and
seen
like
some
just
shit,
all kinds
yeah.
He's seen some shit. There is this other pre-chorus different with Tom?
Yeah, I
to
think
cry
so.
from the past, we have been through a lot. Every year has been great, and a few have been tough. It seems like he's doing like a graduation speech.
Yeah, totally.
And your kids, they will reach for the stars up above.
Ooh.
We'll sit and relax as we're cheering them on. The ropes to the light, from the crib to the grave. We started alone. In the end, we're okay.
Yeah, is this like someone's retiring at IBM speech?
I think so.
You know, Dave, I know you're a big fan of old shanties, and so I wrote you a little rhyme here, send you off.
And I've hired Yelawolf to guest as well.
Your favorite Southern rapper.
Also, Dave, I hope your wife is not here because this thing I wrote is pretty fucked up, especially at the start.
Yeah, sorry, man. It takes some twists and turns. But just every year has been great. A few have been tough. Like, okay.
But alas, we have made it through the rough.
Damn.
You've always been one to know when to behave, and that's why I'll thank you, my dear coworker, Dave.
Holy shit, man. You're ready for a career at IBM.
No, I'm ready to end a career at IBM.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, at least
What
you're ready to
a-
get a nice watch or something.
I guess the song is better than I realized, like as it goes on, but it's just too creepy.
I mean,
And I think
that pre-chorus is quite bad.
if you're calling it the song "Pretty Little Girl" and that's what like kind of made it to the top, and then you get in the nitty gritty, there's going to be some fucked up stuff in there. There's definitely some itsy bitsy spider blue balls in this song that are very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I still do like the idea of him like looking back on his whole life. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, that song, the Ben Folds song, I feel like is kind of similar, called "The Luckiest," and I think
I love that song.
it's so wonderful. But I think it does to me, it does the same thing. I mean, not exactly, because it's not like a full, just like, do you remember when? Which is kind of what this is, but like, I don't know. I think in terms of a sort of like semi-sexualized, like, look at the love you share with your partner and how that can sort of span time in a interesting way. I think that like that song succeeds where this one like comes really close. Like, but I mean that final pre-chorus is horrible. But like verse 2 and the second pre-chorus are legitimately good.
Yeah, maybe the problem is just like
It should have been edited.
Like if you're doing like a sort of wistful end of my life, looking back on everything that happened kind of song, don't also try to have like the horny super bad part in it too. Do you know what I mean? Like don't have the teen coming in your grand life.
Or have a
long
better
story.
euphemism than coming unglued. just spraying Gorilla Paste all over the
creepy
fucking room.
crawling up and down each other's arms and shit too.
Yeah,
It's so gross.
yeah, just spackling the
Like
posters.
the lyrics kind of give me the same feeling as ASMR, just like reading them at a normal volume. You know what I mean?
So
give me that kind of like
scratching the inside of your skull.
Yeah, exactly. But I did want to talk about a few other songs. And honestly, I swear to you, I tried really hard to not like look at things that weren't related to this song because I don't want to get arrested and killed by Yelawolf in the same week.
Right. Although maybe like this is a situation where you should be trying to get arrested.
It's true. This one is not related at all, but I just fucking love this song, so I got to play. This is by Searle, S3RL. This is called Pretty Rave Girl. And the one thing that I didn't manage to do in Calgary was start my band with my friend Evangelist that was like a ripoff of Searle. We were going to make like happy hardcore and I was going to play bass and sing on it, but it never panned out.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Is it too late? That seems like something you could maybe do over long distance through a pandemic.
It's true, but I don't have time because I might start being a rapper now.
Oh man, I guess you can't say, but I'm so curious, like who in the nation, like legitimately has the best bars.
We'll have to decide together on the stream. Maybe it's gonna be hard to say.
We'll have to set up like some sort of voting mechanism, or like a clap meter. Oh, this is
so
great.
good. This music. Pretty Rave Girl.
Maybe this is like
Way
what
better.
I need is a sort of like like a pandemic mood enhancer. You know?
Yes. This guy has like
I'm fucking pumped now.
This guy has like fucking 8,000 songs, and I think he's like a really shitty Reddit type of guy. But the tunes are so you got to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
So good. Anyways, I just wanted to play Searle for a second. But here's a few songs that are actually called Pretty Little Girl. I'm going to start with Vibes Cartel. Just get the vibes back up, you know?
Ooh. I'm going to add some Searle to Apple Music right now.
Artistic reflection of the ladies. Why? Because they're my babies.
Pretty little girl in a pretty little world. Want give your time when we want give your pride. Pretty little girl in a pretty little world.
Do people like rhyming Pretty Little Girl with... Well, Tom says Crazy World. Vibes Cartel says Pretty Little World. Is that the appeal of saying Pretty Little Girl?
Yeah, this is incredible sort of rhyme opportunities.
This is so good.
What's like the Searle record I should get into?
I don't know. Just like all the songs are about like hentai and stuff,
Sick.
and they're all the same song over and over again. So you're just whatever you want to do is
Okay,
fine.
so can't lose basically. Can't wait to listen to Bass Slut.
So that's Vibes Cartel, Pretty Little Girl. I mean, I think he gets away with saying it for some reason. I think that song did justice to the phrase Pretty Little Girl.
He's got a pretty little girl pass.
He does. He really does. There's also seems to be a lot of bluegrass people playing songs called Pretty Little Girl.
Well, that
This is
unfortunately
by-
makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. This is by Robbie Anders. This is just delightful, though. This is just delightful.
It's great to watch people just like actually play this music because I feel like you and I only see people play this who are like Dakota regulars, you know, who like 2 years before they were doing this, they were in like screamo bands or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the only people like there are legit people doing this in Toronto, but you have to like not be me to find them, you know. I only see the guys who do this who like have full sleeve tattoos and
Right.
like this is just like.
This is just
Shit.
like fucking straight up. The guy kind of looks like Sidney Crosby if Sidney Crosby had never made it.
Yeah, truly. This is like the not famous Sid the Kid.
So this is another great Pretty Little Girl song.
This is the best one so far. Now, did they ever say Pretty Little Girl, or it's just like they're just
No, they
musically
just.
conjuring
I think
the girl?
it's a I think it is a standard though
Oh,
that they're playing.
the Ashe County Arts Council.
Hell yeah, killing
that's
it.
Robbie
Killing it
Anders
in
from
Ashe County.
Galax, playing a nice version of Pretty Little Girl on the banjo, old time banjo A0.
Great stuff.
This is by Charlie Handsome and the Brats, and now we're getting into the dark territory.
Ooh.
Pretty Little Girl. This is from this year.
Pretty little girl. Pretty little girl.
I thought this was gonna be like Bandcamp indie music, but
Yeah, the
very
artist.
much not.
Yeah. That was unexpected. What? What the fuck? Okay, so the cover art for this is like an ornate old picture frame with like a very fourth wave emo kind of photo of like the back of a strip mall or something.
Yeah.
You know, with this sort of like dusky sky, and then Charlie Handsome and the Brats written in like sort of pink scrawled.
It's like
handwriting.
ballpoint pen that's been scanned.
Yeah, Bandcamp indie is the only way to describe this aesthetic, and then
Pretty little girl.
She's my pretty little lady. She's my pretty little girl. She's my little pretty baby. She's my pretty little girl.
Like, what kind of music even is that?
fucking rock and roll, baby. It's alive and well and being played by Charlie Handsome and the Brats.
Yeah, because I also think that was uploaded this year. I'm pretty sure.
Fuck
So
yes.
that's so
Thank you for
confusing.
everything you're doing to keep rock alive, Charlie.
Charlie killing it. So that's not even the worst one. I hope you're sitting down for this. This is
I
somebody.
stand for the duration of the pod, actually. So thank you for
You
that.
have a standing desk.
Yeah.
That's probably why my jokes didn't land because I was sitting. Although I guess
Right, that's the problem. There's the
monologue,
wrong
you gotta
energy.
stand. You got to do like the stupid Conan marionette thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way to know that a joke is working.
That's the only way to know that a joke is not funny if you're doing that. This is Paul Dillon, but it's Dylin. This is an original tune called Pretty Little Girl. I'm fucking obsessed with this one. Let's check it out.
Oh, what?
So this man is wearing a black V-neck, a pleather vest, John Lennon glasses, and a backwards Kangol hat. He's got a black roses and a mic
What
stand.
the fuck?
And the video just kind of cuts to like the most haunted images of random women that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, are these like all the women he's killed?
It's so scary.
What the fuck? Like these are like very like PG-13 like lewds of young women though, like all like pulling up their skirts and shirts, like not showing anything, but profoundly unsettling images. The song rocks though.
He's pretty sick at music.
And now there's just like a silhouetted nude woman like.
But they all look like they're like all these photos look like they've been like bathroom bleached, like they've been on the wall.
No,
and
it's
then
just a cartoon of a naked woman.
Cartoon. This is the best one. That cartoon.
But they just like fade in and out, so it's like a photo of him playing against this like green screen, which is a photo of a like nude woman like reclining in like a Halloween set, and then
It's
at,
like a painting
yeah,
behind him.
completely random intervals. They'll just
He just prayed.
This is one of those things that like you couldn't even do if you were like
I know, it's
trying to edit
completely
something
insane.
surreal.
It is completely fucked. But it seriously looks like he like took these. All these images are like from a magazine that was under the bathroom sink for 10 years that he took out and scanned images from. They have this like dampness to them.
Yeah. What on earth is fucking happening?
I just can't turn it off though.
No, I want to.
Sorry.
We've got to see this through to the end.
The song's really good.
This is the best Pretty Little Girl we've heard so far.
Did he sing other stuff or just that? Whoa!
I think
remix.
And now there's just one of those photos is like a girl blowing a bubble, bent over, looking back at the camera, and this is like a slow, like a Ken Burns effect as it moves from her face.
With credits for the video.
No, but there were other words, because when he turned around quickly to pray, this is fucking insane.
Delineations on MacBook. Copyright 2008, so hopefully he doesn't come at us for the copyright issues.
I've seen pornography, and this is the dirtiest I've ever felt in front of my computer.
Did you see that at the
Yeah,
end?
they just had a shot glass with weed in it.
With the sound effect. Paul Dillon, you dirty dog.
But like with the goods, you know? Like, I don't know. He's got the skills to back it all up.
That was insane.
That's the best video I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the best song of all time.
This is why I think he might have used the name, because I know he likes to talk about, like, he called another song Rebel Girl recently. He likes to maybe secretly nod to his punk past, and there is an all song called Pretty Little Girl. So maybe that's why it's called this. Absolutely awful. Fucking terrible music.
Yeah, my enjoyment of Descendants never translated to all.
She's a pretty, pretty, pretty girl. This sounds like Frank Zappa.
Who's the singer on this? This is the first record. Oh yeah, this is Dave Small.
She's a little pretty girl. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Do you think that's why he called the song that?
Maybe.
I know he does like all.
Pretty, 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 pretty.
So I don't know. I mean, you think maybe that's why he called it that, or is that why he just liked? I feel like maybe they liked all back then, and then that was one of his pet names for her. And
maybe.
that's
Stuck. Nice. Yeah. Because I mean, that would have been like that's the first all record after the Descendants breakup. So for sure, like you're into that record.
I mean, not me, but them.
No, I just meant at the time, if you were an active Descendants fan in 1988. Pretty, 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 pretty.
Sam, we're in for a long night still, I think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of covers of this song. I think people just can't resist covering a song called Pretty Little Girl.
Everyone loves a pretty little girl.
And unfortunately, no one is covering the Paul Dillon version, sadly. But they did cover the Blink version. So I guess, thankfully, or I don't think it's going to translate very well, but there is a Nightcore version. So let's start with that.
I mean, Nightcore always translates. I think that's fine.
I don't think it does. I think it's only good with the oompa pop punk beat. Like,
but like, you don't think it's good with the like YouTube beat?
You did you say YouTube beat?
YouTube beat? Like the YouTube beat?
Oh, YouTube beat. I don't know. It kind of just sounds like Muse then.
Nope, it's good.
I do like the bass in this song. I'll say that. Look, the song's great.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? The synth is really dated sounding too.
Yeah.
But not like even in 2000
fucking neighborhoods. I mean, like, which is.
Yeah, but all those synths sound like they're from like 2006, not like early 2010s.
Yeah, this is straight up good.
Yeah, the Itsy Little Spider Part is getting me rock hard.
Yeah, like the chorus is unfortunately quite uninspired.
Yeah.
I wish the chorus was better because I kind of think the whole song feels like it's building to something cool.
Let's hear the Yelawolf Nightcore.
Oh yeah.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Very good. It's Quasimodo. Okay, the thing that you said about his flow, it actually, because when you were reading it, I was like, wow, this does really seem kind of abstract, but it sounds more like he's doing spoken word than rapping, which makes it even more confusing.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Eminem thing, but this is unfortunate. It's infected my brain. I was like, kind of sounds like Hamilton.
Yeah, it does.
And hearing it again, I'm like, it sounds like Hamilton to me again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, maybe this will help. There's also a Daycore version of the song from the account X, just Daycore X.
The fighter of the Nightcore.
Exactly. Let's hear how this one pans out if it will load.
It's playing on my end.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? There we go. Some sort of vibey South Park image.
Yeah.
Along with I don't know what character that is.
I don't know either. It's a newer character. Here's what I don't understand though. This song's 420, which is fine. Number doesn't mean anything to me. But the song is, and you messaged me before we got started, you're like, how fucking long is this song? The song is 5 minutes long, so does this not have the Yelawolf verse or something?
Well, no, the song itself is 420, actually, it is.
So how is this slow version?
Did they just pitch it down, or did they cut out Yellow? Maybe they cut out Yelawolf.
Well, I guess we're going to have to listen to the whole thing and find out.
I do not like that low voice saying Pretty Little.
No, I like this. It reminds me of the Brian Borchett.
Oh
Chipmunks,
yeah.
recordings.
Maybe it's just pitched down and not slow down.
I don't think it's slower.
Don't leave me here with this feeling like I'm the one for regret, like I never did go for a spoke, like I never did pull out that weapon and stick that knife.
Wow, he sounds cooler with his voice lowered like that.
Yeah, it's like I was watching this documentary about grindcore called "Slave to the Grind," which is free on YouTube. They put it up at the start of the pandemic. And at one point they talk about, I guess, probably the Reek of Putrefaction, the Carcass record, and how they were the ones that discovered that they could pitch their voices down and sound even more evil. And it was the first time where I was like, oh, that's how everyone does it. I just thought there were dudes who could just be and just sound insanely sick. Turns out everyone's getting a little bit of help, but
everyone's cheating a little bit.
But it is a way of just sounding sicker. That Yelawolf down pitch just tight. He should get the Carcass effect.
Maybe I need to go back into the posse cut and down pitch everyone just a little bit.
I think you should at the very least produce Daycore and Nightcore versions of the posse cut. So we should.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We should spend all in all at least 90 minutes listening to different versions. I
just feel like I need to put in a few more hours on it.
There's no way you're done.
I'm doing well, I am also doing a copy edit of the Genius annotation before Friday night. So,
and how does Genius work? Can you actually just put the song up on Genius?
I guess so. Alex already put it up, so yeah, I guess so. God. So everyone will be able to add annotations, and trust me, we're going to need a lot of them. There's a bilingual verse. Right
wow,
it's all there. It's all happening. This next one is by Kurt Borutsky from 2013. This is a very special collaboration from Kurt Borutsky with his friends Mikey, Pierre-Luc, and Nick. Maybe they're Quebecois. Seems like some Pierre-Luc is a bit of a giveaway, and also the fact that they're earnestly playing this song. The drummer is so like focused. There's a lot of people who do like full Tom voice.
Also, the song's so weird because, or this video is very strange because they keep doing like really unmotivated, like slight zoom-ins, like in the middle of shots of these.
But I think they're like the kind when you just like zoom in Premiere.
Yeah,
Like they're not like real zoom-ins. They're all after, so they're even more uncomfortable.
So I was also very curious if there were any Junior Battle songs on Genius, which it turns out there are. And so I'm like gonna definitely have to go in here and like link myself as like a songwriter on. So like I really want to have like a songwriter page on Genius that's like the handful of Junior Battle songs that people have uploaded plus the posse cut. Like let this be my legacy.
I feel like this song really just, you can tell that it's Tom at his worst because when people sing it, they put on the Tom voice.
Yeah, because there's no other way to do it.
I'll do it again.
The bedroom is so messy.
Clean your room. He also has the box from his acoustic guitar. Like he just got it and hasn't even broken down the box yet.
Yeah, he was
But he's
so
like, I need
excited.
to get on this Pretty Little Girl acoustic posse cut.
Yeah, I ordered the guitar just for this, and I'm ready to go now.
So I know we haven't been playing Odie acoustic for a little while because he refused to come on the pod, and that hurts almost as much as some of the other people who've turned us down, like Darius or whatever.
Wait, in addition to doing a Patreon episode with our actual top 5, we should also do exclusive where we rank our top 5 disappointments.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Yeah. There should be a hand. You know what? It should be like a top 5 episode.
Should we do, like both in the same ep?
Or maybe multiple. This is multiple exclusives worth of ranking content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm disappointed that Odie didn't come on the pod, but I am disappointed in him, if that makes sense.
I think that's I understand the difference.
But I did want to see this one because it looks like he might have hired a rapper for this one because
Odie.
it's Odie acoustic featuring Keezy Kabeezy.
Yeah, can you get like a rapper on? Because remember there was the was it a Darius song or something? Remember the song where the dude hired the Donald Trump impersonator on Fiverr or whatever?
I forgot about that.
Like, could we go on Fiverr and hire a rapper to appear on our acoustic covers?
Well, we could, but if we've learned anything, it's that the rappers were in our midst all along.
Oh, it's true.
The rappers were us. Man, Odie must just fucking thrive in the autumn.
Oh,
He's such an autumnal figure.
he is truly Mr. Autumn Man.
Like that sweater has some sort of cowl neckline or something.
Damn, I should have used Fiverr for my verse. There's a lot of people who will ghostwrite a verse for you.
Oh shit. Just wait till you hear the verses that people have actually written. Here we go. Easy Kabeezy. Oh, he's not rapping? He's just harmonizing and
Yeah, I was like, he has like real like IT guy in a British sitcom energy. Like,
Is he gonna rap? Please rap. He's playing piano. Hold up, wait a minute. Kabeezy Easy here. Sam, when you remember that Fiverr exists, do you just like spend $2,000 on various jokes in one night?
I'll be honest, I'm probably when I really discovered that Fiverr existed, I've easily spent $100 on Fiverr in the last like 3 years. And all on things that I like absolutely am elated that I have now.
This guy is like so professional at singing.
Yeah.
He's really singing from like the part of your stomach you're supposed to sing from.
you say, if you break my
Oh, this is fucking great.
Oh, I hate it so much.
I'm
Makes me
ready for
so
autumn.
uncomfortable.
You know, we were talking about the sort of like gloominess of the sort of pending,
if we miss the mark, if we hold
you know, being stuck inside, and now I'm like, bring it on, man.
Here we go.
Oh,
He is
now he's got a
rapping.
hat on sideways.
And like I never did good for us both. Like you never did pull out that weapon and stick that knife in my back. Was I supposed to accept it when your words are like more than just sticks and stones, kind of like a bullet? A hollow tip that lodged in my bones.
It just sounds like Sage Francis. Like, this does sound like spoken word.
And some of the times I'm all the way wrong, but can't you see past
Easy
me?
Kabizi.
Slow down, Gandhi, you're killing him. Like, that's...
They censored the word fuck.
Yeah, this guy's definitely never sworn in his life. Yo, I'm gonna listen to Sage Francis later.
Wow, Easy Kabizi can do it all. He can play the percussive banana, and he can rap, and he can sing like he's in a musical.
Yeah, like, Easy Kabizi has an incredible amount of talent to just be, like, the feature on an Odie track. Odie...
I mean, Odie, though, compared to Easy Kabizi, Odie, or his name's actually Keezy Kabizi. Let's just put a little respect on his name. But Odie, I think, is like, he seems so much cooler than that. Like, he seems like, this doesn't seem like the right vibe for Odie.
yeah.
I would have expected more of like a singing in cursive, like millennial sort of thing or something.
Yeah,
Not like,
it's true. No, I'm shocked by it. But to me, this is
it
like a
is
sign
good.
that Odie is maybe even cooler than we've given him credit for.
it's true. He knows what sells.
Yeah, exactly.
And what doesn't, and that's why he avoided us. This next one is Glenn Gustard, and I think we've had Glenn Gustard before, because I can't remember, is this two Glenn Gustards here with one put in post, or is there twins in this video?
It could be a prestige situation where, like, they're twins, but they also want us to believe that there's one of them. I don't know. Sorry, spoiler alert for the prestige here.
Or like Dead Ringers.
Yeah. Well, wait. Do you think they're not? Is that? Hold on.
I can't tell.
No, I'm sorry. Are you saying that in Dead Ringers, like, the implication is supposed to be that they're not actually twins and that they're just?
Oh,
one
no,
person?
no. Sorry, no.
Okay, I thought I had like.
twins.
Okay, I thought like Dead Ringers had gone over my head and I was panicked. I'm gonna make you delete this part of the fucking.
The song
episode.
was requested in the comments of a previous video. She was hoping for an acoustic, slower version of Pretty Little Girl to dance to at her wedding.
Aw.
Hope this is what you were thinking. Congratulations. I won't say her name to dox her. Seems like
I got my eye on you.
We've watched this guy before, right? You're saying?
yeah, but he didn't say like we did this.
I mean, it's just Glenn Gustard. It doesn't say Glenn Gustard featuring like Chris Gustard.
I would hope if he had a twin brother, his name would be Gus Gustard.
And I can't picture you, but I sure got the feeling right. What a crazy world, pretty little girl. And we wake from the night in a bed with a bruise, and we're laughing out loud over the craziest news. And you reach for my
To Tom's credit, it is so fun to play like a fake The Edge guitar lead.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I'm like literally not good enough at guitar, but I've never tried it.
It's easy. You just go to the high octave and just do a little power chord and hit the notes hit the notes one at a time. Just go dee doo dee doo on the octave. It's so easy.
I always think
so
I'm just
fun.
doing Sunny Day Real Estate when I do that.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
definitely one Junior Battle song where there's like a similar thing where it's just like really high power chord, but it was explained to me as the thing that makes fucked up songs sound good.
Do you think we need to know, is there a Gus Gustard as well as a Glenn Gustard, or is he just adding himself in post?
This has got to be one man.
It must be, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise the twin is really not getting his
But
due
the light
credit.
is identical. Like outside.
I know.
It's a cry from the past. We have been through a lot every
Well, maybe he's just one take each time.
One take Gustard.
One take Gustard.
To me, that's like, I don't know. If you decide you're going to start posting videos on YouTube, like, that's like, get a stage name.
Well, yeah, except obviously there was nothing special about that video at all, but I just played it so I could say the name Glenn Gustard a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
So it is working in his favor.
That's true. It's like Engelbert Humperdinck. Like it's either you got to have like a very cool name or you got to be Glenn Gustard.
I guess what's so uncanny about it is like if he's adding himself in post, he's not wearing the same outfit, but he is wearing like a perfectly matching outfit as if it was a mom dressing their twins to look like each other.
Yeah.
Like that's what's throwing me off is like he's planned out these sort of uncanny twin outfits for himself.
Yeah.
These Gustard videos.
Totally. I'm seeing double 4 Gustards.
Okay, there's a few girls covering Pretty Little Girl acoustically. This one is Jadaline. And I fucking love the nylon strings of a classical guitar. It sounds so good.
Isn't this? That was like the beginning of going away to college.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great.
This is how it was meant to be played.
Yeah, so like the uke has like, I don't know, like pink.
It's not, I don't think it's a uke. It's a classical guitar.
Oh,
That's
right,
why
yeah.
it's like kind of like a
Undersized though? Like, is it as small?
yeah. It is small.
Because I learned to play, my mom had a classical acoustic guitar, and that's what I learned to play on.
So did my mom. Moms absolutely love having a classical guitar from college.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like every mom's favorite thing to do.
Man, my mom, like, last fucking week, I've known this woman my entire life, revealed to me, not only did she own a classical acoustic guitar in college that I had probably lost, I don't know where the fuck that thing is, saw Joni Mitchell play in Yorkville, like, back in the day at a coffee, whatever the coffee shop was in Yorkville where, like, Neil Young and all those fucking people played. This has never come up. Saw Joni Mitchell for, like, play for 50 people.
Damn.
My sister and I were like, how has this never come up?
That rules.
It's so sick. And she just like dropped it very casually. I'm 35.
The fact that this girl is like fucking up every second chord makes it so charming.
It's
This is
so
the best.
good. Yeah. Did we describe like already just like the hair and insanely like teenage bedroom vibe that like you can only
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
she
see?
has like sort of sea-punk dye in her hair.
Yeah.
And then her wall is purple, but I can guarantee she painted it herself. She has Furbies on the dresser and a Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
She's got a bunch of guitars in the background. She has braces too. This is like true teen energy here.
Yeah. I feel like it's actually, to be honest, it's been a while since you and I just like fawned over a teen girl cover of this in a way that has never felt creepy to me until today.
But I feel like her singing it is making it less creepy for some reason.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, this shit's just fucking lovely, man.
Yeah, that girl fucking rules.
Yeah. That was great.
Good work, Jadaline. Sorry, I don't know how to say it. This is Sonia Erica, and I think she's also playing on a classical guitar, maybe. Or maybe not. She's playing some like nice open chords though. What kind of... She's playing like some Bob Mould chords or something.
Yeah. Like, these are like dashboard chords. It's just like open tuning or something. It's like...
Yeah, it's so cool. I think Tom is really good at writing pre-choruses.
Yeah. But that's... but I think that's why the song is so disappointing, because it just like... It builds in such a like emotionally effective way. Although I'll be honest, like, I'm starting to like it.
Me too.
Like, as the chorus happened, I was like, it's not so bad.
Well, it's because we're watching the Sonia Erica version.
Right. There's like a bedroom with like the posters on the walls are literally like drawings of dresses.
Yeah, like she's gonna go. Like she wants to go to Tim Gunn school, or what's that school called? Parsons or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I remember when I first went to New York was around the time I watched the show, and we walked by, and I was like, "Damn, Tim Gunn's probably in there, so I can make it work to people."
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, don't worry about it. This is another girl in her room. This is Red Vision, Vizion, Pretty Little Girl cover. I love this. She's playing the intro.
It's just like kind of smiling.
19 years are going to my beating heart.
That's the only guitar she plays in the whole video.
Really?
Oh, it seems like it is fine as my hand is moving
so
up your
good.
arm. And you never really know where it goes up until it starts. I've got my eye on you.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe she plays
What you
more,
gonna
but
do? Daydream near a stream with a winter bite. Oh,
It's so
I
weird
listen
because
to
it's
the
like
song
it sounds
on
like she's
repeat
so
from the other
close
night.
mic'd. Like is it?
yeah.
Like it's like she's.
And I can't
I'm just singing
picture
along
you,
to the
but I
song,
sure
but
got
normally
the
when that happens in these
feeling
videos,
right.
it just sounds like rude. It
What
sounds
a
like someone singing
crazy
along in their
world.
room. But it's like
Is she mic'd? Is there a boom?
I can't see a mic because it's just like a
And we
blown
wait
out
for the
laptop
night
shot. Like
in
I'm
the
just
bed
I don't
with the
understand.
laughing out
There's like
loud
I'm
with the
experiencing
craziest
dissonance
views.
here.
You
You
reached
know?
for my hand, I was
I
scared
love
of your
it though.
rude.
It's so
Fell on the
good.
floor and we started to move, and your hands were
Oh,
like
this is fucking
birds
great,
as they
man.
flew from
Music's
the
so
coop. At my
tight.
back they would climb just as I came unglued. She said, if you break my heart, then I'll change your mind. And
Wait,
I'll
I think this is
do it
overdubbed.
again.
I think
I think she's
it's
lip
And I
syncing
will
to
play mine, and I'll do it again.
'Cause it was
If we miss the
slightly out of
mark,
sync
if
there
we
for a
hold
second.
on
Yeah, because you
tight,
can hear the S's so
we'll be
clearly.
ready to try it again.
So she's back to playing the lead.
She just wants to experience the sensation that you
It's-
said was so lovely, which is pretending to be the edge.
Exactly.
Okay, here's something I don't understand. The guitar is 100% live from this video. Like, because that was like the sort of like fumbling around with it was happening.
Yeah.
But the voice is overdubbed.
I don't think maybe it's not because the guitar sounds really loud too. Maybe she has like some sort of like Zoom mic or something. Well, the guitar's gone.
What a crazy world, pretty little girl.
Okay, so I guess
Why is the
just-
guitar gone?
Does she not have to play that part again?
She's done.
Do you think she's gonna do the rap?
We need to know.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hold up
Okay. So excited.
If we hold on tight, we'll be there to do it again. Wait a minute, hold up a second. Don't leave me here with this feeling like I'm the one for regretting, like I never did cook for a smoke, like I never did pull out that.
Okay, wait. Does Yelawolf's voice not also sound like her voice? Like now it feels like there's a multi-track of her rapping.
Yeah.
And stick that knife through my back. Was
Yeah,
that supposed to be
what the
something when your
fuck?
words are like more than just sticks and stones, kind of like a bullet. I don't
She's
take that
double.
blast from my bones and I can't just swallow it. My pride is more than all that I own, so
This
I gotta
is
give
so
it away.
cool.
Some of the times I'm all the way wrong, but can't you see past me and see my fucked up home that made me the meanest? The devil is just singing alone to the song I write, to alone at night, and I hang up the phone and bite my tongue, cause I know that me and you is just only right, but one is a cry from the past. We have been through a lot. Every year has been great.
Her description on YouTube is I love music. It's my favorite thing to make.
This
is just so charming.
Dude, you know, like-
we started alone in the end.
You go through like fallow periods with like loving music. Like I feel like the last 2 weeks have sort of been in one of those things where I'm just like nothing is hitting for me, you know?
Yeah.
And it's always like super frustrating. Like I'll go for a walk and I'll be like, I don't want to listen to anything. There's like nothing that's, and there's something like so invigorating about watching like people
Like someone-
just fucking
someone-
love music like this. Like the way that
She can barely play guitar, but I remember when I first learned guitar too on my mom's classical guitar, and then I switched over to my dad's acoustic guitar, and I like barely knew how to play, but I just figured out the power chords to play Song 2 by Blur. And so
sick.
just like all day I was like covering that, and you just want to learn enough that you can cover a song that you like. And
Yeah,
that's what
that's
she's doing in
it.
this video, which is like so charming.
you just want the
And then-
feeling of like singing words that you know. You know?
Yeah, and then the fact that like whatever kind of bizarre, uncanny recording setup she's done that like makes it sound more interesting than any professionally done video could possibly sound.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Like, it's so fucking sick.
I think that's the ultimately for me is like the pod has been doing that is like making me love music in such an earnest and embarrassing way.
Yeah.
Where I'm like genuinely stoked about receiving 40 white rap verses from mostly cis men.
Yeah, you're like, this is good.
I'm like, white rap is so good.
Yeah, that's what this with the sort of like our enthusiasm over Yelawolf. Ultimately, this episode is about reclaiming white rap.
The next guy is someone I forget what song he did before, but I fucking love this guy. You might remember him because he was in the supercut that I did for the live show. He has like a fedora, and his name on YouTube is Okami Kazamaru, but he's a white guy with a goatee, and he plays a Paramore acoustic guitar. And he is so good at singing. You're probably going to remember him. I love this guy so much.
I'm excited. Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm pretty much inventing it as I go
I got to
along.
rewind it. It fucked up for me. Here we go.
Alright, so I'm going to be playing Pretty Little Girl by Blink-182. This isn't an acoustic song, so I'm pretty much inventing it as I go along. But
Brave.
I'd like to add it to my cover song repertoire. So let me know what you think. Sorry if my phone makes Mega Man noises. People might be texting me. But here we go.
So he's wearing a neighborhood shirt, a fedora, and he has a Paramore acoustic guitar.
I like the idea of like, I'm kind of popular. You know, you're not going to go in airplane mode just for like 4 minutes.
I was getting those Mega Man noises on the pod a few weeks ago.
Getting megged?
I guess so.
19, your eyes are pulling to my
Yes.
heart.
9.
Oh, it seems like this is fine as my hand is moving up your arm.
I love it so much.
Never really know where it goes until it starts. Got my eye on you.
I'll be honest, this is all I've been
Trying to do.
meaning to kind of like pull out the acoustic guitar and just like when Ashley's gone, have a little just sesh, you know? Just sing it. Like, that's 100% what's happening tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And I can't picture you, but I still it's feeling right. What a crazy world. Pretty little girl. And we wake from the night with the bed in a bruise and we're laughing out loud.
He's too good. Like, that's what's strange about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I first saw this guy, obviously my bias is about guys who wear fedoras and have, like, otaku names. I wanted to make fun of him, but he's so good.
It's so great.
Yeah, this guy rules. I love him. Do you think he'll rap? That's the wonder of this cover. I'm so.
Close, but it still feels far. Can we learn to get by if we learn my heart without changing?
I'm so excited
The
to find
tension
out.
every time we get here.
Come on, do it. Hold up. Some Blink
I
fans
think
just
he's
aren't
playing
ready
through it.
for rap. Some Blink fans just aren't ready.
Yeah. Well, look, you got to know
That's
your
okay.
limits
It's
too.
a
That's
journey.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
a journey. We're all on a journey around this crazy world together.
Yeah, I mean, look at if I hadn't had to record, you know, a posse cut, I would have not known that I was capable of such rap.
Right. And you might have even still thought, up until last week, you thought that rap was crap as well.
It's true. This has been an amazing learning journey for me.
All right, there's a few more. This guy's name is Hubble Slaw. I think I'm just going to play the start of it. This is a guitar video.
I mean, that's a great name.
It's a great name. It's a great dimly lit bedroom.
Hubble Slaw.
Watch the opening.
Oh, wow.
Is that a live poster on the wall? Or no, it's Love, Angels and Airwaves.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
This man has like every remote in the house on his... And he's like using like a sound dock for the cover. he adding this shit?
What do you mean?
Was that guitar in it? All those leads?
No, I think he was freestyling.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I mean, that's all we need to hear from that guy. But shout out to Hubble Slaw for
Wow. Sorry, that was a bit of a real-time update here. I just got a DM from Poli-Sci Alex, who's evidently, I guess, working on Genius, just letting me know, apropos of nothing, it's not like we DM, your verse is insane. Hell yes.
Okay, good. That means he's almost made it to the end. So that's good because I'm going to have to... I mean, I have a long copy edit ahead of me with this to make sure that it all makes sense.
Yes.
He didn't know... He was like, what's this word? And he didn't know the word toonies because someone was making fun of us for being Canadian. So
Oh, wow.
Up next, we got Harry Agnostic, and this is a karaoke video for the song.
I feel like we jumped too deep into Canadiana talking about Fifi Dobson and Kazzer and not talking toonies.
Exactly.
A Toonberg?
Oh, he was doing the synth with his guitar. The Hubble Slaw was. I thought this guy was in his room, but I feel like he's in an actual karaoke bar.
Yeah, this is a karaoke bar.
But what karaoke bar would have this song?
I guess the sickest karaoke bar in the world. I was just thinking a couple of days ago how much I miss karaoke.
It's not my favorite sober activity.
I feel like karaoke is maybe something you give up when you give up the sauce.
Yeah.
I've got a friend though who loves karaoke deeply and doesn't drink when he does it because he just wants to go and sing and doesn't. It's not a drinking activity; it's a singing activity.
There's someone we both know that when I still drank was a sober person that I knew, and we went to karaoke in a big group, and he just went through the book and was being a snob about what songs they had. He was like, they only have that Metallica song, but not he wished that there was deeper cuts.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that added another year of my drinking on to my life because it was such a wet blanket.
Watching a guy be like, I don't understand why I can't do Trapped Under Ice right now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know who I'm talking about based on these context clues alone?
No, to be honest, I don't. I'm very excited for you to chat the name to me. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I should have known that.
Is he going to do the karaoke rap? I wish every week we...
this karaoke bar. Or room.
It's true. Whoa, bars.
Rap's always tough at karaoke.
Now it really sounds like an emo breakdown.
Yeah, it sounds like a hardcore monologue.
He's gonna scream the last part. My teen wife! It's very powerful still, that's how it sounds.
You really can't get over the notion of an emo hardcore talking breakdown that just ends with my teen wife and everyone goes fucking ape shit.
But why does it end with him saying 1 4 times? Was that so that they could plug in the track and they forgot to delete it?
Yeah, maybe where he's like, okay, the beat, here's the beat. I'm going to make it easy for you. Tap, tap, tap. Okay,
Some people did do that with their submissions for their rap verses, but I had fucked up the BPM so badly towards the 17-minute mark or so that I just still had to. It was still a Wild West in there.
Oh, I can't wait I can't fucking wait for 8 p.m. on Friday on Twitch.
Today, which is today.
Sorry,
now.
today, yeah, that's right. Jesus
Because
Christ.
of how long this episode has been.
Yeah. It's tomorrow. It's yesterday. We missed it.
We missed
How did
our
it
own
go?
thing. 6 months now is this person who's doing a piano cover that they're also singing. This sounds like church. Take me to church. I like the hanging mic energy.
Oh, yeah. We used to do that in our old basement.
We used to talk about doing that in our old basements on the pod many years ago when we still did the pod.
Great.
This video seems like it was filmed in 1997.
What year is it from?
Well, the song's from 2012, so it can't be from...
Jesus. Unless this is proof of time travel.
Unless they stole this song. This is from 2013. Oh, but you gotta read the caption. It's so good. This will now be my third cover of this song. I would like to say this is my last cover of this song, but it's one of my favorites, so I think it's possible I'll have an idea for it down the line.
Yes.
6 months now, just can't stop covering this song. I like this version a lot.
This is spectacular.
We fell apart and we started to move, and your hands were like birds in the soup in the coop. My back is upon. It's like you include, she said. You break my heart, I'll change your mind.
This is so good. Now, do you think he'll rap? I think he will.
I will do it again if we miss the mark, if we hold on tight.
I think this person has the gumption to rap.
Maybe they'll hit a beat on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, just like pop out one of those like Casio built-in jams. I'm worried.
Okay, here we go. Hold up, wait a minute. Yes.
Pride is more than all that I own, I can't skip what feeling comes with all the way wrong, can't see past me and see my fucked up home, the mirror in the mirror. Devil is just sooner along to the phones I'd rather I'm alone tonight. I'd hang up the phone and bite my tongue. Consider that me and you were just only right for one. It's a cry from the past, we have been full of.
Fuck. Fuck yes.
So good.
Fuck yes.
Oh boy. Okay, this is a band called Proud of Freak, and they've covered it at least twice in a live setting.
How is it everyone like loves the song so much that they've covered it multiple times?
They're playing at a place called Beer House.
That's my house.
Oh wow.
Just imagining going out for a pint, being like, "Oh, it's a fucking band. It's always the worst," and then being like, "But is this the Blink song with Yelawolf?"
Like this song's really familiar, but I can't quite place
But
it.
I'd certainly like. They would get to the end of it. And
It
I'd be
sounds like something I've heard once in my life by accident and vowed to
Maybe.
never put it on again. This is a 6-minute cover.
I feel like
Must be
they're
this intro.
leaning into this intro, yeah, building tension. This is the most brightly lit bar I've ever seen in my life.
This is like a Grateful Dead style song. People just freestyle with it. They just like
Ooh, yeah.
loosen it up.
Putting their own fingerprint on it.
Yo, you see Proud of Freak, the live at Beer House, Pretty Little Girl? One of the tightest bootlegs. This intro, wow. I mean, at this point, just make your own lyrics. No one will notice. This actually sounds more like Sunny Day Real Estate.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oke, langsung aja lagu pertama dari kita Blink-182, Pretty Little Girl.
Oh, that was an intro. I just thought it was the song.
So that was just, yeah, or was that like their sound check or what it is? I'm fully Stockholmed by this song now.
Me too.
I can't wait to hear the bass come in.
Hey, do you think Proud of Freak raps? Tell me that.
Yes, I do.
No. They don't rap. They're too respectful.
Oh, wow.
I think he's talking to the sound guy instead.
I think the sound guy was like begging for that.
The sound guy was like,
Rap.
okay, so when it gets to the rap part, I'll throw the spotlight on you. And he was like pointing to the sound guy like, never mind. I don't want to do it.
I can't.
It's not the right night.
It's too much.
Okay, well, we haven't had enough of rap parts, so luckily, this is our second last one. I'm sorry, I know you're feeling trapped right now.
No, this is a world that I'm loving to be in right now.
This is uploaded by someone who has the YouTube username Jesse. Like, how do you even do that?
Did they start uploading videos in like the 1800s? How did you get Jesse?
How'd you get Jesse?
Wow. Congratulations.
It's from 2018
also.
also.
Holy shit.
This is just Jesse just uploaded this in 2018. Like, hey, I'm Jesse.
Just Jesse.
Not even just, though. You don't even need the just. It's literally just
Jesse.
And I feel like the comment on this video is just someone writing, what a wholesome boy. This was a year ago that they wrote that. This is from 2018 only.
What a wholesome boy. Was it you?
Doesn't that seem like something you or I would say?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
it feels like something I would steal from you, like, to be honest.
So shout out to Jesse for like being a wholesome boy. And this is what Jesse says. I did a cover of the song just because justice needed to be served. I butchered some of the lyrics to the end, but isn't that the beauty of a cover? And this is a spoken word cover of Yelawolf only by Jesse.
I'm going to be doing a spoken word cover of the song Pretty Little Girl by Blink-182, but only of the Yelawolf verse, because I noticed on YouTube that there was a version of the song without the Yelawolf verse, and this is the only way to make it fair.
I love you, Jesse.
I've never heard the song before, so this should be fun.
Oh my god!
Wait a minute. Hold up a second. Don't leave me here with this feeling, like I'm the one full of regret, like I never did good for us both, like you never did pull out that weapon and stick that knife in my back. Was I supposed to accept it when your words are kind of like a bullet, a hollow tip that lodged
Okay,
in
we
my
gotta
bones.
pause. Jesse held up a sign that said, "Hey Josiah." This is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, I think.
Oh my god. There was some like real like
More than just sticks and stones.
Drew energy to that, just like very understated, like I'm correcting things, like holy fuck.
That's why someone said the wholesome boy thing. It is. We did will this
Kinda
into
like a bullet,
existence.
a hollow tip that lodged in my bones, and I can't swallow it.
Jesse, you
My
are
pride
a
is more
damn
than all I
cutie.
own.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
that. Right?
Jesse's
Give
got
it
great
away.
bone structure,
Some of the
right?
times I'm all the way wrong, but I can't see past me and see my fucked up home. Sorry. that made me the meanest. The devil is just singing along to the song I write till I'm alone at night, and I hang up the phone and bite my tongue, because I know that me and you is just only right, but 1, 1, 1, 1.
That was yeah.
I did have a feeling it might be a pod thing. There was some energy to it. How did you get the username Jesse, though?
Yeah, Jesse, we got questions. This is the only video Jesse has ever uploaded, and they uploaded it 2 years ago, and it has 78 views.
What if they stopped listening to the pod?
Okay, so if you but here's the thing. Also, what a wholesome boy is a comment from like another user from a year ago.
They must be a pod listener. They're stealing a Sam line that you stole from me.
Yeah, that's true. There's Jesus, this is so good. That's
Does that person
really
who commented have a page that you can?
No, they have one playlist, and it's so sorry. The person who commented, I guess we shouldn't out their username, but they have uploaded no videos. They're subscribed to like 2 channels, and they have one public playlist called Pre-Smokin' Music.
Ooh, and there's a Tallow disco on here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Birdhouse in Your Soul, like the one.
And
good
5
song.
Iron Frenzy and Transplants and Kid Rock. This person's
Life on
definitely
Mars, Diamonds and Guns, Ball with the Ball.
Okay.
This playlist goes on a journey. Like I like the idea of being like, it's a god awful small affair into 5 Iron Frenzy into Diamonds and Guns.
Okay, I'm gonna play this 8-bit remix by Kyle Martin in the background while we do our final thoughts.
I
am feeling. I'm honestly, even before that happened, I was starting to feel emotional a little bit because the pod is so sick and so much fun, and like it's so cool how many people we've met, how many people we've not met, but like kind of like are involved with this that we don't even know. Like some of the hip hop verses this week have blown my mind, and also the idea that it's making us love music again after like I've hated music for like probably the last 10 to 15 years of my life, and now I love it again. And like watching teens cover this song, and obviously I love the song now after this episode. It's like there's no turning back. So fuck, I don't know what to say except I love you, Yelawolf, and I'm sorry for everything I said earlier, and I wish you nothing but the best with your bride Fifi Dobson.
This 8-bit cover is so sick too.
Look at 8-bit Tom on the art. He's so
Aw, cute little guy. You can't see his neck tattoo there though.
That's true.
I mean, I was worried that this episode was going to be a come down because it felt like all of this. That felt like a big one, you know. And it felt like we unexpectedly kind of, I don't know. There is a sense of closing off some of the kind of like emotional plot lines of the last 3 years of our lives. And I was like, oh, now we got to do the fucking Yelawolf song, and we didn't even get Yelawolf. And instead, it's like, yeah, literally just been a reminder of the minor miracles that seem to surround this pod every single fucking day. And I'm grateful to be your pretty little girl, Josiah, and I hope you will be mine.
Absolutely. And I guess the other thing I want to close out on is just I'm just going to pause this to bring this up real quick. But the other question I just want to remind you of to think about over the next little while is, what if a pussy could smoke cigs?
And you never really know where it goes up until it starts. I've got my eye on you. What you gonna do?
Please welcome to Blink 155, the internet's best Blink 182 podcast, Toronto's best DJ, one of Canada's most respected music journalists, good friend, former member of the Eye, Chayne Japal. Chayne, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. I've never been introduced before, and I feel like I have a bio now. Thank you.
Oh, man, no problem. I was going to also name where you work now, but is that a bad idea? Would you get in trouble for representing what is effectively a government body? Do you work for the government?
No, but
it's private money and government money okay.
Yeah, but in this context, it's fine because these artists are not Canadian. So
okay, so representing factor,
not representing, but
official representative of the body that finances the Canadian music industry. Please direct your complaints, my friend and yours, Chayne Japal. So you're good. You're good. You've got a bio now. Life's all right. The pandemic sucks.
You set me up. Thank you. And it's awesome to be a part of this. It's a very interesting undertaking you guys have been doing over the last little bit. And as much as I believe in the movement, I haven't been able to delve in as deep as I would like to support you and Josiah. But I guess this is me doing it right now.
Yeah, this is a lot of support, to be honest. Me messaging you yesterday being like, I need you to talk about Yelawolf, and you being like, I'm ready right now is support.
Let's get it.
You don't need to listen to this podcast 3 hours a week to be a good friend. This is enough, and I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
When I sent you this song, I was like, hey man, we need a rap expert to talk about Pretty Little Girl by Blink-182 featuring Yelawolf, because while both Josiah and I are obviously, incredibly wise heads ourselves, you got to know your limits. I kind of teed it up for you, just a heads up, this is a very bad song. And you immediately were like, I love Yelawolf. And, I should also. Oh man, you know what I wanted to say in the intro? I was going to introduce you as the host of Chayne Likes Rap. So for a while back in the day, we also produced a show featuring you called Chayne Likes Rap, which I still think is like one of the best titles for any of the like insanely fucked up aux shows that we made.
It was really self-explanatory.
Totally, yeah. It's like truth in advertising, right?
You know what you're getting into.
Now, you never made an episode of Chayne Likes Rap about Yelawolf, right? Like, have you ever written about Yelawolf? What's your relationship to Yelawolf as an artist?
I don't think I've interviewed, written, or reviewed anything by him, but you know, I've seen him. He was at the time that I started getting into all of this writing about rap and talking about rap, he was one of the rising figures. I think that One Train song on the A$AP Rocky album, he was on that. Yeah. And that's kind of like, that was just like the whole class, you know, the whole school of rising MCs for the decade of the tens and of the teens. And he was on there, you know?
Is that considered like an all-time posse cut, that song?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Fucking Problems messed it up because that song was so huge and it was also kind of like a posse cut. Took all the posse cut juice that would have.
Right. He took all the A$AP posse cut juice and because I've been to a handful of your DJ nights and I've seen Fucking Problems go off and I don't know if I've ever seen you play One Train.
One Train, exactly. One Train's like an end of the night, people are leaving kind of situation instead of the like rap along that it should have been.
Yeah, that's tough times for One Train. I'm kind of sad for it. Sad for what might have been.
Well, you know, not to like jump ahead too much, but part of the reason that song isn't the monster posse cut that it is because of Yelawolf's verse.
Really?
Yelawolf is like, I'm not saying he doesn't belong in the song, but he's actually just like a flat out dead zone in that.
Who else? Okay, just for people, because I haven't listened to that in so long. Right. Like who is on One Train? Because you're right, it is basically like that entire class, right? So 2013, produced by Hit Boy, Kendrick, Joey Badass, Yella, Danny Brown, Bronson, Big Crit. Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, it was a solid lineup and yeah, I mean, it was cool that he was in there and he kind of deserved to be there. But then, you know, he kind of went in and didn't really hold his own at all. You know, alongside a bunch of really fire MCs, he kind of just started saying something and didn't say anything, which is like the thing Yelawolf does.
Yeah, he unfortunately also, jumping ahead, I think kind of does it on this song. But like, how did he even end up associated with like this particular group of rappers? Because like when I think of Yelawolf, and like we've talked about this already, like spoiler alert, Josiah and I spent 2.5 hours last night talking about this. It's why you and I didn't talk last night.
Right.
You know, he's like in this like Eminem-y kind of, you know, Kid Rock world. And so I kind of forgot that he's like on a track with like Kendrick and Danny Brown and shit.
Yeah. I mean,
did he have like a manager who squeezed him in here? Like, did someone owe somebody a favor?
It's always been a wonder how he's been able to, how he was able to kind of break into a respectable group of rappers. And I think that's just by association. I think I would assume it's just because he's a cool and nice guy.
Right. They were just like, we should get our friend. I'm sorry, what's Yellow's real name? We should get our friend Michael on the track.
Right.
Has anyone thought about Mike? We could use some Michael energy, you know?
Right. I mean, the thing is, it's just like, just if you see him at that time, he's the kind of guy that you want to root for. You know, it's like, yeah, we've seen the white rapper thing happen before, but he was doing it like, you know, he was being a kind of really embracing that kind of hillbilly vibe, you know, the tattoos and the mullet and kind of singing country songs and stuff like that. Like, I think everybody was rooting for him from the beginning. And then, you know, he went on tour with Wiz Khalifa pretty early on, and I think that just got him in the right vein. So then he ended up in those conversations pretty early on.
But did he have the same credibility of like a similarly like, you know, white rapper doing the kind of Southern thing as like Bubba Sparks, who it seems like there was this like Bubba Sparks unexpectedly, I think, has like a degree of respect that I was surprised to learn about. Like, does Yelawolf have credibility? Like, maybe I'm like literally being racist, but I associate him with like, oh my God, what's his name? Like Machine Gun Kelly, you know, like I think of them. It's the same thing. It's like lanky white dudes with tattoos.
Right. Well, the thing is, Machine Gun Kelly is basically a Yelawolf knockoff.
Right.
Right. But the deal is with him, he put together an independent project with a good producer, made some good music, and got good guests like I don't know if he had just the money to get Raekwon on a song, but that was where he broke through. So I think he just made the right moves early on his own. It wasn't this kind of like served up, here's your new white rapper, enjoy, you know. And he kind of did it for a while. He broke out. I think he might have been 30 by the time. Like when this song came out, I think he was the oldest rapper on the song by far. Sorry, One Train.
Yeah, not the oldest rapper on Pretty Little Girl by Blink-182, which is also true. I mean, but maybe less notable.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he kind of paid his dues in that way, and people respected it. It wasn't kind of like the Bubba Sparks thing, even though Bubba Sparks is pretty good. He had a whole like, here's your new white rapper, guys, come get it, and you know, and people kind of tend to shun that. Same thing with MGK, but Yelawolf didn't have that until after this song, or I should probably say during this song, this Blink-182 song.
Right. So as this Blink song is happening, he's becoming like the new white rapper guy.
Right. Yeah.
Because we don't really understand why. Like, this is basically like Travis Barker's play for hip hop credibility or whatever. Like this song was debuted on Travis Barker's YouTube channel, I think, as opposed to like the official Blink channel or whatever.
Okay.
And so one of the things that we don't understand is like Travis Barker kind of seems to have, again, like credibility in hip hop, and like this is the dude that he got on a Blink song. Like they finally, like Mark and Tom were like, you know what, Travis? I finally think your idea of having a man rap on a Blink song is a good one. And then he was like, I've got just the dude, Yelawolf.
It's such a weird decision. I was listening to this over and over. It's like, why would you pick? So sorry. First off, for this song doesn't need a rapper.
No, of all of the songs, like, because there's other stuff where they've like incorporated like actual sort of like elements of hip hop, especially on the record kind of before this.
Right.
And then like this is just this like bad Angels and Airwaves kind of U2 ass song about like fucking your wife when she's a teenager, and then you have a Yelawolf verse on it.
Yeah. It's a extremely odd decision, but you know, at that time, I don't know if somebody was trying to call in a favor or what, but this is when he was with Eminem at this point, and Yelawolf was really getting pushed to everybody. And I don't know if somebody called Travis and asked him, get this guy.
Can you please help out my friend Michael?
Yeah, the punks would love Michael. You just need the punks to love Michael. So yeah, I mean, I would love to know what the actual thought process is. I was looking at the labels. You know, this was independent.
Yeah, this is like the end of a version of Blink, basically, where like they just put this out themselves. But I'm sure they still have management, and you're still like, favors exist, man. Favors don't go away, right?
Right. Yeah, but that's one of the first things I did was, oh, okay, so this is like an Interscope thing, but it wasn't.
But that's how you interpret it. You interpret it maybe less as like Travis calling it a favor from burgeoning rap superstar Yelawolf, and more someone being like, you know, my friend Yelawolf could really spit some bars on this pop punk song.
That's the only way. It had to be for a higher up. I hate to say it, but I don't think Yelawolf got paid for this. I think Blink got paid for it.
Yo, that's smart. That's a like a, you know, you got to find new income streams, right? Like music industry is changing, like whatever it takes, you know?
Yeah. A little Yelawolf ad.
And so at this time though, so that's really interesting to me. So you feel like, okay, so initially there's this like organic thing that's kind of happening with Yella, and then we get to the era of Pretty Little Girl, and that's when you feel like it was like Interscope and like kind of Shady Records sort of pushing him as like your new white guy.
Exactly. Yeah. And it kind of felt right and deserved to a certain extent, but when they tried to do it, you kind of realize that as much as you would like to see Yelawolf be a guy headlining a stadium show because he just kind of has that vibe, he didn't have the music to back it up. Really, he's just like he's more interesting than anything.
More interesting than good, basically.
Yeah.
And so you saw Yelawolf live, though, you were saying.
Yes, he was opening for Wiz Khalifa in 2010. This was like Wiz Khalifa's last like mixtape tour before he started his album career, and he opened, and nobody really cared because it kind of looked weird and felt weird, but he did have hits at the time. He had that Joel Santana song going, so there was a reaction, but it wasn't what you want to see people headbanging at a Yelawolf show. It wasn't happening yet.
Right, yeah, because that seems like it's a vibe. But you thought he was good? Like you were like, this is fine, this is good.
Yeah, I don't think he was the kind of guy to should kind of lead any movement or anything like that. But he was doing a lot of interesting things. He has anytime a rapper is using melody, it kind of works a bit better. Everybody kind of does that now, but at that point in time, right at the turn of the decade, there wasn't, not every rapper had kind of embraced that.
Yeah,
and he was doing it well, speeding it up, doing his own hooks. Doing other people's hooks, and yeah, it was kind of really accessible. Just the kind of a lot of sing along type of vibes. But he didn't really have the content or the lyrics to go any deeper than this is a nice song. I might listen to it again.
Yeah, but this is, I guess, like you're saying, kind of like before Drake just like normalized singing and rapping for everyone, right?
Right, yeah, and I guess he was part of that movement in a different channel because, and it's not that he particularly leans on any rock principles or anything like that, but he is white and he does like kind of claim that this kind of rock star attitude. Mm-hmm. So again, it was more because he wasn't utilizing it that much. It was more in the persona and in the kind of visual package more than in the songs itself. He samples Sting and Bob Dylan and stuff like that, but that's not. I mean, Puffy samples Sting in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
so it's not really anything that hip hop doesn't do. So
do you feel like that's like a sort of like racialized expectation almost? You're like, okay, skinny white guy tattoos, it's rock based because that's just like literally what he looks like to us based on like decades of expectations.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you're going to look at his album cover and be like, okay, so what kind of Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park kind of vibe are we going to get here? Like it's called trunk music with a Z for the S in music. So you're like, okay, so that's a hip hop thing, but it's a white dude, so it's gonna be
like VLB. Is there any like good? Because I mean, I love Limp Bizkit, obviously. Like, I'm a huge fan of the rap rock era,
right?
But like, has anyone done what they tried to do on this song like well? Like, I'm just trying to think of an organic version of this that actually doesn't feel so fucking awkward.
Right. I was thinking about that too, and I was really struggling because there's a lot of there's been collaborations and artists trying to do that because I mean ultimately hip hop is amazing, punk is amazing, put them together you should be double amazing, right?
Yeah, it does sort of make sense, yeah.
Right, and I mean like ultimately like in terms of an accessibility point of view. That should reach such a wide audience. Like that should be sports, like everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
It should bind all of us.
Yeah, and I think this is something. It doesn't really go back as far as us, but just kind of historically, that Aerosmith and
oh yeah,
and Run DMC song. I feel is kind of like where hip hop broke into pop, and the fact that that song works so well, I feel like everybody has been chasing that. I think it's just always something in the back of our minds, but it never really works when you try to have a rapper jump on a punk song. I was thinking about this Cardinal Official on the Ill Scarlet song, which you may have.
I have not heard that.
Which you may, and
I mean, all respect to Cardi, but that doesn't
Yes.
sound like something that I'm going to seek out after we finish chatting.
Right.
Unfortunately,
And, I rank Cardinal Official as one of the best rappers of all time, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from Toronto. And I would assume that they had a hard time putting that together from how it sounds. No shade, It just
it was just difficult.
It sounds difficult. Yeah, it sounded hard. They had to they a lot like they did in this Blink-182 song. They kind of changed the song at that point, like basically completely changed up the beat and try to stuff it in there like a bridge or a breakdown, and it just doesn't work. I mean, the closest thing, and this is kind of Travis Barker touch point, is what Pharrell did with NERD. It was, but those were songs that was those were almost more R&B punk connection, and there'd be raps every now and then, but it didn't. It was a bit more cohesive because of the R&B bridge.
Yeah,
and Travis was in all those videos and all that stuff. Like, I feel like that's where all of this came from, but I don't think anybody has done it better than those initial two NERD albums.
Now, did you listen to the Cardi Ill Scarlet collab because you were an Ill Scarlet fan or as a Cardi fan? Because you like some weird shit. Like, I'm surprised sometimes.
I'm not gonna accept you outing me as an Ill Scarlet.
Yeah, but if you were like, I'm ride or die for Ill Scarlet, I'd be like, that scans,
I remember this while we were working together at Ox. I was looking for an Ill Scarlet album, and I asked you if you had it.
See, I don't remember this, but I assume my reaction let you know that I did not, in fact, have that Ill Scarlet album.
You knew why I asked you, but you were also like, why in the fuck would you ask me?
I have some dignity, Shane. Some dignity.
Turns out I actually had the album. I literally actually already had the album.
So it was just like you were in a panic. You needed multiple copies to be safe.
I was trying to find a digital version. I was trying to find it to listen to, and at that point, your own CDs started to get hard to find.
Yeah, totally. And you're like moving between streaming platforms. Yeah. It was a weird era.
We were in the gray area.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they're from Mississauga. I'm from Brampton. It's more of a scene thing than me being
just a big fan of pop reggae, Canadian pop reggae.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's how I came across that song. Just from, oh, cool, these dudes from Mississauga just did a song with Ye Cardinal Official. Hell yeah.
We've talked about Cardi before on the pod, and something I've thought about a lot lately is, does Cardi not get the respect that he deserves in Canada or anywhere? Like, is he so fucking underrated and disrespected?
Absolutely, big time. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, he's from Toronto.
Yeah.
And at that time, that wasn't a thing. There's just kind of no scene to support him. And I think we also did pretty bad at that at home, just because we wouldn't take our own artists seriously, and it took a lot. I mean, even Drake had to really work his ass off for us to finally be like, okay,
yeah, this is fine. It's not the trues, but it's fine,
Exactly. But I think part of the thing with Cardi too was the kind of persona he had and the music that he was making didn't always come across as he was fun music. He has bars and everything, but he was doing a lot of fun things. So for some reason, I think we always just kind of align that, especially in hip hop, with respect. There has to be a certain level of hardness, and Cardi didn't take that route at all. He was just a really energetic, incredible artist that done he could have taken any angle that he wanted to take, and I think do it successfully, and he did. And he had a freaking number 2 hit, you know. Dangerous went all the way to number 2 in the States.
Yeah.
And people know him, and he made some money, but we just don't give him the love that we need to give him. His albums are incredible, and they were just kept being good the whole time. And we're just like, whatever. He's just a guy from here.
Yeah, we just still totally take it for granted. He's also incredibly stylish. That man dresses quite well.
He goes for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes decisions, you know. Some of us, we don't make decisions. I'm wearing a blue shirt. Like, come on.
I'm wearing the same black shirt that I've been wearing for, I was going to say 6 months, but like, I don't know, 10 years kind of thing.
Right.
Like, I made a decision in high school and just stuck with it.
The black shirt. Yeah, but Cardi makes decisions. Just like with his music, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's talk about this song specifically. So,
yeah,
wait, before we actually get to the song. So, I messaged you last night and I'm like, hey, Chayne, we need your Chayne Likes Rap expert opinion. You respond with like, love Yelawolf, which was surprising to me. And then you responded with, I also love Fifi Dobson. And I was just like, Chayne's being wacky. Like, I thought you were just like, because you and I were chatting at that point, you were just starting to name shit that you liked. And it was only like in the early stages of recording with Josiah last night that I had Yella's Wikipedia page open and was like, he's fucking married to Fifi Dobson. Right. So,
right.
Do you know that because you've kept up with Fifi, or because you've kept up with Yella, or just because it's important knowledge?
I think a bit of both, right? I think a bit of both. You know, a long time ago, I saw Fifi across the street from HMV on Yonge Street, and I waved for her, and she smiled at me.
Oh, that's a nice moment. That's a nice Canadian moment.
Oh man, I mean, like, you know, there's a number of ways she could have dealt with that, and she was just extremely sweet about it. And I will never forget that. I don't know.
So you're just ride or die for Fifi now because she like smiled at you.
Because you know what? I'm trying to say this not to be. Honestly, I thought I was waving at her so that she would roll her eyes at me.
Oh, you were trolling.
Like because she looks like oh gosh, how do I say this and not sound like a jerk? Expect Fifi Dobson to smile at me. That's what I mean.
I get that. I mean,
you know, like bye boyfriend. You know, like she's like nah. Like I just thought she would just give me like a nah vibe.
Yeah,
and she was so sweet. You know, so I thought it was extra awesome that she smiled at me. So I've always been like pro Fifi Dobson since that, and also the tunes are pretty all right.
Did she have like a near comeback or something recently? I feel like I was hearing about Fifi again, but was it just, maybe it was just you talking to me about Fifi Dobson, and I'm like,
I don't think
Fifi's
Fifi
coming
ever
back.
Left.
Okay, that's
I
the
don't think
correct
Fifi
take.
really ever left.
Okay.
There's a pretty huge Fifi hive, and we'll just never give up on her. Sorry, let me say true things. I'll just say true things moving forward.
No, I'm definitely slotting you into Fifi hive now in my mind. I'm like, it's part of your identity now.
But I'm not exactly sure how it came across, but I'm pretty sure it was from following Yelawolf that his girlfriend being Fifi Dobson became a thing, and they were like on again, off again. Because you check up on that. That's one of those things, you know, like you check up on that, like how they doing.
Yeah,
how they doing.
And things have worked out for them. It hasn't been smooth, but whose relationship is, you know?
Exactly. I mean, and once again, that goes perfectly with this song. But he could have totally been rapping about Fifi.
Ooh, yeah, interesting. That's we've kind of wondered. We're not sure if he's like rapping from Tom's point of view or if he's rapping from his own point of view about Fifi in this song. So, what do you actually think of Yella's verse in "Pretty Little Girl"?
Yeah, I think it's a mess. The last thing that you said was that we're not sure if he's has his own point of view or if he's kind of continuing the story that Tom started, but he's not saying anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have very long. So what you do in this situation is just get to the point and not meander. But I think this is the thing that Yelawolf does. You know, he says a bunch of cool things, makes them work with whatever melody he's trying to put together, and then ends it. That's totally what this verse comes off as to me. He sets up so many opportunities to say something sick and just completely doesn't catch them in.
Well, he also opens, like, to me, the idea of opening up, so I've got the Genius page in front of me right now. He opens up with this, like, wait a minute, hold up a second, which feels like the way I would start a verse, where I'd be like, what's happening now? I'm here to rap. Like, it's bizarre. Yeah. This feels like a grade 3, like, just like, all right, I'm writing a rap verse about the environment for my school project.
For sure. That is the preset. That is the, like, the, like, pre-written how to start a verse. Step 1, say hello by saying stop the track, hold up, stop the track, let me stick. Like, come on. It is an extremely corny beginning to what is supposed to be like. I mean, this is supposed to be a kind of sweet love song about breakups and makeups, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if his initial approach is a good start.
Right. So he's already on the back foot before he's like literally into the entire verse.
Right. Because I mean, good luck on the rest of your flow, but this is already ruining the flow of the song. And it doesn't help that the song basically stopped to bring him on.
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes that's cool, like a beat switch thing or whatever, but again, it just doesn't feel right at all.
It's tough times for Yelawolf. Does anything jump out at you as like particularly like a promise, like this line could have been good or this line is good, or like opposite, just a particularly egregious, horrible fucking line in this song?
I think this whole stick that knife in my back situation, right? Like I never did good for us both, like you never did pull out that weapon and stick that knife in my back. Was I supposed to accept it? Okay, so obviously I really hope nobody stabbed him.
Yeah, no, of course. We all hope that no one has stabbed Yelawolf.
Right,
Let's establish that no one in this podcast wants Yelawolf stabbed.
So here we go. We are pretty early on in this rap, setting up a metaphorical situation. So you have to make sense of why you're using that metaphor, or bring it to mean something.
Pay it off in some way.
Yeah, he just goes on, and then basically he suggested it's words, and then at the same time, when your words are like more than sticks and stones, kind of like a bullet, went from setting up a metaphor, kind of explaining what it was, and switching that same thing into a simile, completely canceling out the metaphor that he was trying to set up.
Yeah.
Which is like, F.
Yeah, like in school, like you'd be like, you're mixing your metaphors. Like this is like basic English. Like, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like that's, you're trying to say something really poignant there, and like, like you're trying to make us feel it, and now you're talking about that same knife somehow morphing into a bullet while you're trying to explain what this knife is. And it becomes a word jumble, like, and we're not even halfway through.
Yeah, and he's already like, it's like you're 50% of the way done, and it's like, what are you saying? Maybe he was literally stabbed, and he's comparing the stabbing to being shot. That's the only thing that maybe would make sense, right?
It would make more sense. It would make more sense. But then and then he brings up the words. So yeah, maybe the knife thing was literal. Again, I hope that didn't happen, and I don't wish that on anyone.
I hope it wasn't Fifi. I mean, you said she seemed so friendly. So unlikely, in your limited experience with Yelawolf's wife, Fifi Dobson, she didn't seem like a stabber to you.
I wouldn't do it. I would testify.
You'd be character witness for Fifi Dobson. That's important.
No way.
I'm sure she appreciates you and the rest of the hive.
I got her back, man. I got Fifi's back. Yeah, and then after that, to me, it just seems like he's trying to take up time.
Right, just running the clock.
And I've done this before. Like you have a 16-bar verse, and you have 12, but you just need to you need to fill up the track. I mean, and that's what the rest of it is. Like hearing it, reading it, and particularly the end of it.
Yeah, what do you make of the end? So the end, we get this like
gosh.
1, 1, 1, 1.
He says, and oh man, like I was saying, he kind of sets up opportunities to do something cool, and never actually cashes any of them in. To the song I write, till I'm alone at night, and I hang up the phone and bite my tongue, because I know that me and you is just only right, but one.
1, 1, 1. I don't even understand what it's like saying. Like, can you? And unfortunately, genius is failing us here. No one has bothered to annotate this song for some reason.
Listen, not that this song is popular enough to get annotated. However, things don't get annotated when there's nothing to annotate.
Right. Honestly, this song is surprisingly popular. Like, if you look at, I mean, it's got a 2+ million views on Travis's YouTube page, but there's like a lot of covers. I think this is like, there's always these weird instances of kind of like low key fan favorites that Josiah and I have discovered. And this is not quite at that level. Like, it's not like Boxing Day or some of these other songs that we weren't that familiar with, but have ended up being like, oh shit, this is sort of a hit for some people. But like, this one has fans. Like, it should be annotated. Right.
But again, I don't think there's anything to actually annotate here. You could try to like pick out a particular line and say what he might be trying to mean there, but it's just like a jumble of emotions, and he doesn't lay out his story, and I think it's a bit unfortunate, because as much as, I mean, do you guys say whether or not you actually like the song or not?
I mean, yeah, we talk about it for 2.5 hours. We actually originally, you're holding a space that we have been holding. You're taking up a space that we have been holding for Yelawolf for about 3 years.
Oh man!
And then it eventually got to the point where we're like, I don't think we're good. We've been trying to get him, and then I realize now, like, I don't know what we would have done if that entire episode was leading up to a Yelawolf interview, because you haven't heard this, but anyone listening to this interview right now has literally heard me and Josiah talk about how fucking bad this song is.
Yeah.
And then eventually fall in love with it, but still hate the Yelawolf first. It's a complicated journey. Like,
right.
So we have definitely said that this song is bad.
Right. So I'm not gonna agree with you there, because I actually think this is like a really sweet song. You know, I think it's. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It feels sincere to me. Yes, it's a little bit corny, but it seems to me like a really sweet and sincere song, and just kind of giving it a deep listen. I think. I mean, I bet his wife loves this shit.
They're divorced now, by the way.
Oh well, I mean, loved.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this Yelawolf verse, even more shocking, because I think they put together like a sweet little love-hate song, and those and to me those are always the best, when you could talk about, you know, both sides of it, because, you know, relationships isn't just all sweetness and nice vibes, and there's a nice little theme to this thing, and Yelawolf just came in and fucked it all up.
ruined this lovely love letter to Tom's high school sweetheart. Like, so Tom and his wife were together in high school. That's why there's all this teenage horniness in the song. Do you feel like you relate to it, because you also, you know? Well, I don't want to expose your personal life too much, but perhaps there are elements in this song that you feel.
I think that's part of it. Yeah, because I was like, yo, that's real. You know, that's that second verse. I mean, it's the
second verse is the good one for sure. The second verse is really good.
Yeah. So, in a way, I think that is it. And again, corny vibes, but sometimes you like corn, you know?
I mean, listen, I've spent 3 years talking about Blink-182. I'm a big Korn fan. I mean, I'm also a big Korn fan.
Yeah. Like, we're gonna go there, aren't we?
Yeah.
So yeah. I do feel like it's kind of relatable for a lot of people, because, I mean, whether or not it's high school or whatever, you know, relationships, the ones that last, they always have those ups and downs, and he kind of really laid out that parallel really well. And then we got Yelawolf.
So you weren't familiar with this song. Again, neither was I. But like, how deep do you actually go on Blink-182 normally? Because I feel like around the time that I started doing this podcast, you started playing all the small. In my mind, it was like I started doing this podcast, and then you would constantly play all the small things of What's My Age Again every DJ night that I went to. And I don't know if you were doing that. I mean, I know those are popular songs. In my mind, you're always playing them for me.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have very well been that I was playing them for you. Like, I truly hope that before you started doing this podcast, I was playing those songs. I would imagine that I would have been.
I mean, I don't think I really influenced your DJ career,
but
it's more like I started noticing it. It's because then people would like look at me, you know,
right?
Like, yeah, no, it's the thing that I do.
Yeah, but you know, I use my friends to build up my playlist. So you know,
all we do is ask for Oasis, though. I mean, it's
obviously if one of my good friends are doing a Blink-182 song, that would be straight disrespect for me to not even consider.
Yeah, that's fair.
Consider playing one. So I guess you definitely helped to bring those bangers to the front of my mind. In terms of where I've been with them, I know those hits. Miss You is my shit.
Song fucking rocks. I listened to that song just like on my own last night. Like I was just like working and just like the song is good.
Beautiful.
Like just I still put that song on for sure.
Right. I at the end of Seneca, I cut together the like, here's all the things we did through the 2 years.
Seneca being a school for people who didn't grow up in Southern Ontario.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
At the end of the television broadcasting program at Seneca College. Sorry, there we go.
Yeah, come on. You got to remember, other people are going to hear this besides me.
For sure. Yeah. I used that song to cut together, you know, all the sweet times, man. It was so vibes. I mean, obviously,
yeah,
you know, the song's built to do that. There's like, here's a graduation song for your ass, and it worked.
And it's better than using Good Riddance, like the Green Day ballad, you know?
Right, exactly. It's a nice little alternative. And then,
do you still have that video? Is that like on YouTube or anything, or was this like pre-YouTube?
You know what? I must have uploaded it somewhere. It's embarrassing, though.
I'm sure, man. Like nothing from that era isn't.
I mean, ultimately, what isn't embarrassing? Period. Right?
Yeah. I mean, again, you're talking to me on my Blink-182 podcast, so I know.
Yeah, and then the Travis the Travis infiltrating hip hop thing kind of happened. He remixed that Soulja Boy song,
and that's it, right? It all starts with the Soulja Boy remix, right?
That was pretty huge. I mean, you kind of first it was him in the Pharrell videos. I don't know if they actually worked on anything together, but you would see them together a lot. You know, you would just kind of assume they were friends. I don't know if they were actually hanging or if it was like a business decision for either one of them, but it worked for me. I thought it was cool. To me it meant that punks were accepting Pharrell.
Yeah.
Whether or not that was happening, I didn't know, but
I think it was for sure. Like those like NERD records, I think really, really crossed over. Because like I for sure was not like actively listening to new hip hop at the time that, you know, some of those like songs really blew up, and I was like so stoked on them. You know, like in the same way that like Outkast would cross over, like you'd hear, like they would play Bombs Over Baghdad on like CFNY, like on a rock radio station because it has guitar in it, and it like has that like it has a certain energy to it, you know. And I think Pharrell brought that, and then like rock audiences, for lack of a less horribly cliche term, responded to it. Right, yeah, and they were on Vance Warped Tour, so that kind of help the situation. Right, that was always like the sign that you were definitely trying to cross over.
Right, yeah.
What do you make of the whole like Travis in hip hop thing? Because there was someone, I think we didn't say their name, but we at one point when we realized we weren't going to get and probably shouldn't get Yelawolf, there was like another like kind of bigger hip hop producer that we were talking to about being on the episode, and they ultimately knew that we were going to probably shit all over the song, and they are literally afraid of Travis Barker. Like they were like, I don't want to go on a show where all you're going to do is basically like dump on a guy who like, it's not even like they work together, but it's just like that he casts a very long shadow now in hip hop. Do you think that's true? Like what's your impression of Travis Barker's, I don't know, influence and place in contemporary hip hop?
He's just that guy, man. He's just that rock drummer, period. Right? Like I think people mention him in their raps. I think he's just.
Does he get name? I don't think I've actually heard that. He gets like name checked in actual.
Oh, for sure.
Verses?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a bar. I can't right now, but
I won't hold you to
absolutely.
it. Yeah. Oh, sick.
Yeah, like I want to be a rock star like Travis Barker. Like, yeah, that's just like a thing people.
You could definitely mangle bar car to rhyme with rock star for sure. I can see where you were going with that. It works.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, he became that guy. I would assume he still is that guy because nobody's really stepped up and embraced hip hop like he has.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he took that opportunity to. Yeah, I mean, he remixed the Rihanna song as well. Is that?
Yeah, he ended up doing a bunch of stuff. Like after the Soulja Boy thing took off, I feel like and now they're all like scattered around YouTube. There's no like official, but it was all those videos where it was just like him fucking drum, like the biggest arm, fucking Travis Barker drumming, and then like a guitar added to the mix. And they were so sick. Like those videos were insanely sick.
You know what's nuts? And this is kind of on the topic of this thing of this song not really working. I'm surprised that kind of movement of Travis didn't give us more rap bands.
But like cool rap. Yeah. Same thing. I feel the same way about the remix of All About the Benjamins, right?
Right.
Which like the one that's in the music video is like basically like a fucking sick rock song. They got the Dave Grohl lookalike playing guitar in the video. Yeah. I remember being really bummed out when I finally like checked out that album and the actual song is like just like a proper kind of understated, like, you know, very Diddy-esque kind of understated is not Diddy-esque, but you know what I mean? It's fairly restrained, I think, almost by like the standards of that era too.
For sure. Oh yeah. It's a chill Barry White sample.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, yes, it's a tight loop, so it kind of goes a little bit faster, but there's so much energy in the rock remix, you know? I mean, why didn't they actually get Foo Fighters for the video?
I don't think Dave Grohl is like on the track, is he? I think it was literally just like maybe the Foo Fighters were the big rock band at that time. I mean, and so they just had a guy who they're like, everyone will think it's Dave Grohl. I don't know if that's true, but that's my impression.
Listen, I don't think that Dave Grohl was involved.
No,
but I do believe it was Foo Fighters members that had something to do with that remix. But
I mean, I believe you.
I think so.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
It's not referenced, like there's all these things online that say like All About the Benjamins featuring Foo Fighters. But then it's not in the Wikipedia. Now I like legitimately really need to know this though. And this is the sort of stuff that like when you were asking me before, you're like, you're going to edit this, right? And I was like, no, we won't. This is an example of the sort of fantastic material that does not get edited out of this podcast. Is like me searching for things. Like now I'm just like on a Rolling Stone article about amazing Dave Grohl cameos.
You know, it's a good opportunity for the listeners to do the shit that they have to do too, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So listen, when Puff Daddy reached out to Dave Grohl to help remix his 1997 hit, It's All About the Benjamins, Grohl was intrigued, if a bit mystified. It was probably my favorite song of his, Grohl said in 1999. But I like Dave Grohl is like, this is my favorite Diddy song. Sure. But I had never done a remix and I didn't know what one was. Ultimately, the song's Shot Caller Rock remix also featured new instrumentation from Tommy Stinson and Rob Zombie.
Oh, right. Okay.
In a campy prompt. So Tommy Stinson from The Replacements and Rob Zombie of Rob Zombie in a campy prompt themed Spike Jones music video. So I guess it is Dave Grohl. So that Shot Caller Rock remix of All About the Benjamins is, in fact, you are correct, Dave Grohl, Tommy Stinson, and Rob Zombie.
And Rob Zombie, right.
Damn, the 90s fucking rocked.
Yo, budgets, man. Budgets.
Yeah, budgets have changed. Budgets have changed. Perhaps you can do something about this at Factor, man. Like, this is like... The Canadian rap rock resurgence. Like, start funding Project Wise albums again, you know?
But again, I mean, like, we've talked about this before. And okay, you remember when we were doing the albums of the year when we had Ox Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a conversation on whether or not we should do like a top 5 for every genre or put them all together.
Yeah.
And it was always kind of like, you know, how do you compare Kendrick Lamar to Converge, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and yeah, it's cool to put them all in one list, but at the same time, how does a reader even process that? Like, are they interested? Do they even understand? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the kind of things that kind of stops potentially successful punk rap connections from even working, because it's not only is it rare enough to find somebody that is gonna, well, audience wise, that is gonna be able to even process it, but even at the gestation period,
mm-hmm.
it's hard to kind of put that together. You know, you just mentioned like you guys should fund that. We have in our funding. Maybe you might need to edit this out. Maybe you don't. we have when artists are looking to apply for funding, they have to pick a genre so that we could direct them to the right jurors, so that the jurors could actually understand their music. You know, and with context, of course. If somebody selects punk and hip hop, what juror do they land on, and how does the jury even get it? You know, and there's, you know, that's kind of like, that's kind of one of the reasons why that stuff doesn't, why it's so difficult for that stuff to work. I mean, what Travis was doing was fucking incredible, and everybody loved it. But yeah, when a band tries to do that, like, who's going to go to their show, I guess, you know?
Yeah, like who is, and I think there is, especially with, like, I hate to say it's like people who are significantly younger than us, like young people is what I was going to say. I think now, because of streaming, because people don't rely on radio in the same way. And so like what we're talking about is like, there are just established marketing channels for that. And that filters down into the way that I think people identify, right? Because like ultimately marketing is what shapes all of our identities, because we're just all sheep, man. And, and I think now kids are able to, like, it's the most tired fucking example that people my age use, but like that's what 100 Gex is able to do. Like they're like, if 100 Gex was applying to Factor, I have no idea what they would pick. I have no idea how you'd contextualize that. Maybe we finally reached that point. You know, and if you listen to the 100 Gex remix record, it's like everybody, it's fucking insane. And I think of that as being, and again, it's like, it's a cliche for people my age to use Gex, but like, I do think they are fully representative of that paradigm shift.
Right. Yeah. And then also there's a kind of emo influence that Lil Uzi Vert and Trippie Redd and XXXTentacion kind of had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, finally, I guess you're starting to see some more successful acts with it, but they're not doing a live music, and I would love to see some guitars in there.
Yeah. Do you feel like Hybrid Theory also like salted the earth a little bit? You know, at like maybe this kind of crucial juncture where it was like, okay, like here we go. Literally one of the biggest fucking rappers in the world has teamed up with like kind of this like. Do you like Linkin Park? I feel like maybe you and I have talked about Linkin Park a lot before, and I don't want to shit on your.
I don't like Linkin Park. I don't like.
Okay, good. I don't know. You got, again, Ill Scarlet, man. I never know.
I have love for everybody. Including,
I think that's it.
The beginning of Faint. The beginning of Faint is my shit.
Right. Okay. And look, I love In the End. I think that's a great tune.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Do you feel like that record kind of being like the corniest, like as opposed to taking like what is like actually exciting about punk, they just took like the worst like Monster Energy drink aspects of nu metal and combined it with like a kind of uninspired version of Jay-Z maybe?
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's because of the intention for a lot of this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously, you know, get your money, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. All respect to securing the bag.
But, you know, Danger Mouse took some Beatles samples and took the Jay-Z acapellas and made a really fucking great mashup record.
It's still good.
And because they couldn't clear the Beatles samples, and because he didn't ask for permission to do it, he got cease and desist up the wazoo. And I mean, again, like it's like you're saying, it's like, why did it have to be? Why did it have to be
Linkin Park? Like, imagine if it was Deftones. You know, I'm just like,
I know
it would have been so like that would have been sick. Now that wouldn't have happened, but
yeah,
it's a fantasy.
But, and that's it. Like I guess how, with the right audience and who's actually interested, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to it, but yeah, it is a shame that when they do decide to kind of go for it and put some time and energy and money behind it, it ends up being this kind of like shitty pairing.
Just turd. I want to bring things back to one of the first things we talked about before we wrap up, because I told you we would take 50 to 20 minutes, and we have not. And my email is pinging. I imagine yours might be also, because we are doing time theft right now. Posse cuts. So tonight, when this episode comes out, so this episode is coming out, it's Friday, spiritually for us right now. It's tomorrow. This episode is coming out, and we are debuting on Twitch a massive Blink-155 posse cut that features, I think, 28 people. So it's like me, Josiah, a bunch of people who listen to the pod, Nate Ruiz from Fun on the hook.
Nice.
It's like a 30-minute posse cut based around the Blink-182 instrumental "The Fallen" interlude, which was like the initial attempt for Travis to like really bring in like hip hop shit into Blink. So it's this instrumental song, and we got everybody got 16 bars, and we got a lot of people involved in it. So we're debuting that. I mean, if you would ever listen to a half-hour posse cut from the listeners of a Blink-182 podcast, I would love to get your professional opinion on it.
I'll listen. I'll do it. I'll do it for
it's
you,
a huge commitment. I've like literally already soaked up so much of your time, and it's about to get worse. But I just want to know, like, when we're listening to this incredible track debut tonight, what is the gold standard? Like, what is the number one, or even what is like your favorite posse cut that we will be compared to, because it's going to be so fucking good.
Okay. I think, in my opinion, from my era, I would say LL Cool J, "I Shot Your" remix is the best posse cut.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily a hit song, but what you need on a posse cut is a foundation, like an anchor verse, right? It needs to be a respected, undeniable rapper.
Okay. not sure that we nailed that one. Okay, minus 1 point.
That's where you build on. One Train had that too. Big Crit did that last verse on One Train. But LL Cool J on I Shot Your remix, it's one of his best verses, and from there you have Keith Murray, Prodigy, rest in peace, for Mobb Deep, Fat Joe, and pretty much the debut of Foxy Brown. Everybody has to be bringing their A game, whatever the topic is or whatever the hook is, it doesn't matter. You need to be bringing consistent bars from front to back. It's very important, and a good posse cut for the rapper that goes on, and this is tough to do virtually when you're not necessarily using Pro Tools and all that stuff. It's very important that the rapper that comes after, especially the first rapper, has to be interjecting.
Oh yeah, apparently we do. Apparently there are ad libs on it. I don't know how. Good. I think someone just provided like random ad libs, and just so Josiah produced it. I have not heard it yet. I'm hearing it for the first time tonight.
All right, okay.
Okay, but there's got to be like a kind of a handoff there a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta. It's like a relay, right? That first rapper has to get that. The first rapper has to get it going, and that second rapper has to keep it going. So they need to come in, right? Like they need to come in. And then even if you're doing a chorus or whatever, because that's once you have a chorus after a first verse, to me your posse cut's out the window. You didn't do it. It's not a posse cut anymore. You're making a song with a bunch of rappers, which is cool, but posse cut status tonight.
Okay.
And everybody just needs to bring constant bars for 16. No filler. All killer, no filler.
That is.
So I'm really.
That's why Sum 41 named their album that, right? It was like after.
Oh, absolutely.
After learning about posse cut etiquette.
It was a nod to the posse cut.
Yeah. Very few people realize this except the good population of Ajax. All right, well, we'll see if we have succeeded, but I appreciate your belated wisdom on this. Chayne, do you have anything to plug in this? What will I believe be, at this point, we are 3.5 hours into the podcast. So is there anything really, or just something you want to get off your chest for the people, still engaged as we crest towards the 4-hour mark?
Listen, when you invited me to the podcast, I was like, of course Sam would tell me to come on when I have nothing to put. Was this strategic?
Yeah, I didn't want you to be able to hog any of the glory.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to push. I just want to say, we were kind of talking about this before. Keep supporting each other, and remember to support yourself too. It's important for you to kind of keep your head level through what's going on, and check in on your peeps. And if your peeps aren't checking in on you, then call them anyway. I appreciate you, Sam.
I appreciate you, man. I love that you used your promo spot for like a positive affirmation in people's lives. It's the most Chayne thing ever. Thank you.
This is what I do.
I don't take that last from my bones and I can't just swallow it. My pride is more than all that I own, so I gotta give it away. Some of the times I'm all the way wrong, but can't you see past me and see my fucked up home that made me the meanest? The devil is just singing alone to the song I write, to alone at night, and I hang up the phone and bite my tongue, cause I know that me and you is just only right, but one.